Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of F Your Feelings Friday. This is your melanated queen, okay? And your host is Lil Foxy, aka Seven Wonder You All. Today, we're going to be getting into a number of different topics. As you see the topic, we are going to talk about a little bit about Kevin Samuels. Want to get into this whole fake Nipsey Hussle debacle with the fake trial. Also, want to get into what else did I put on here? What else do I have on the agenda, you all? I want to get into y'all. Let me just scroll at the bottom of the screen. Let's see what I have planned here. Okay, we're going to talk about Young Thug, y'all. And then I also want to get on the topic of do melanated people really want to unite? Because I don't really believe we do. I don't believe it. All right, so let me get it scrolling, y'all. And so, of course, before we get into it, you know how we do. We must give thanks, y'all. So let's all bow our heads and join hands, you all. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today in this thing called life. Shout out to Prince. Okay, we're gathered here today and we want to just give thanks to all the blessings that have been bestowed upon us, all of our natural gifts and natural talents, the fact that we still have the ability to coexist on this earth, even though they are trying to exterminate us by way of the injection and poisoning our food, our water, and the air, you all. Yet we have overcome all of these struggles and we are still standing today. What's good, knowledge seeker? What's good? Shout out to you, King. You all, one thing I do want to say is that although we're going through so many atrocities, we're still here for a reason, okay? The universe hasn't given up on us. Our ancestors have not given up on us, y'all. And it is a miracle that we see another day. That's right. Tell him, knowledge seeker. Blessings. That's right. The creator is good. They always want to make us feel as though we don't have a choice in this world, that we don't have a voice in this matter, but we do, y'all. We don't have to be mistreated. We don't have to be defeated, okay? And so I'm going to say thank you to all of us who are warriors in our own right. Thank you so much that the things that could have and should have and would have taken us out still has not. And we are still standing, y'all. I'm like a cactus, okay? I might be real juicy on the inside, but on the outside, okay? Don't touch me. Don't even think you're going to get close to me because I am not having it. All right. And before you get me, I will take you out and I will not think twice about it, y'all. So, with that, let's let the church say amen. All right, y'all. And I hope you have had a lovely week, Knowledge Seeker. Shouts out to you again. And I thank you for joining me this evening. You all know that I have been following this whole Kevin Samuels situation. But as you know, there are still a few missing pieces to this puzzle. So I'm just going to touch on it briefly. I'm not going to dwell on it too long because I want to get across some other messages that I had planned on the agenda today. But I would like to say that I think that his family definitely should you know have an investigation done. you know oh, I'm so glad you're having a fantastic week. Your sister's back from college. Shout out to that young lady right there. And you know what I want to say to people that have gone to college, and I don't think people understand the magnitude of work that goes into that. You all, college takes you through a lot. You have to do a lot of juggling acts, especially if you're preparing for tests, exams, writing papers. It takes a lot of mental capacity. It takes a lot of discipline. Okay, not to mention it takes a lot of money, time, energy, and effort. So shout out to her for her accomplishment, you all. And I want to say to you all out there that are trying to accomplish goals and dreams, I don't care what it is that you're doing. Don't ever let anybody think they could ever steal your magic. Don't let anybody think that what you're doing is not good enough, not big enough. Because as long as you are happy with what you're doing, that's all that matters. So shout out to your sister King. Well, like I said, I think Kevin Samuel's family definitely needs to have an investigation done if they haven't done so. I would call upon the witnesses, upon the court, to have his cell phone records subpoenaed. So you know you can have that done, right? But you have to have it subpoenaed. And I think that text messages, I think that certain cell towers that were being bounced off of, certain phone numbers that may have come in and he dialed out, I think that would unravel and reveal a whole lot in that scenario. I think it's still very strange. I still think it's very strange that the daughter that looks just like him is disclaiming him and saying that's not her father. And I also think it's very suspicious and strange that the people that claim they were so close to him have not really done a whole lot on his behalf or in his honor, but have yet tried to steal his whole style. So just pay attention, y'all. Look out there. You know who these people are, the people that claimed that they were his friends, the people that claimed that they're the spokesperson attorney for their family, yet the mother didn't even know him. Okay. Name rhymes with Dennis or tennis. My apologies. Last name rhymes with Irving. Okay, let's just say that. And you know, last week I did a whole episode on that individual, y'all. And I could even get deeper into it because I have been doing my research. But we're gonna just move along. Nextly, we want to also talk about you said I agree. I've been investigating this thing and something is very fishy. My tin hat is tingling. Spidey senses tingling, knowledge seeker, is it? My thoughts exactly, my sentiments as well. What do you think? What is it in your opinion, King, that could be going on here? Because you know, I have several different ideas that's going on. I also drop the link if you want to come up. But I do have several different ideas that's going on here. One idea, okay, is that what if Kevin Samuels were a part of the CIA and he was meant to be a deterrent and a distraction? My second thought is, what if the CIA took him out? Because one thing he has done is cause this community to be further divided. If you go on YouTube right now, there are so many people against each other, the melanated females against the melanated men, the melanated men against the melanated females. What if his time was up? What if his agenda was done? And so they did not need to use him anymore. What's good, King? Come on up here.
Can you hear me? Is my mic on good?
Yes, I can hear you just well.
All right, good, good. Peace and blessings. But as far as the whole Kevin Samuels things goes on, I agree with you because I've been investigating this thing for a while, but he definitely is an op, a CIA agent to distract the people. That's what I definitely feel.
I feel the same. I feel the same way. And I think that you have a very good sense of discernment, I must say. So, if we're all feeling that something doesn't sound right, if it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then what have we here? But a duck shall appear. You know what I'm saying? What is it but a miniature sleigh and eight tiny reindeer? You know what I mean?
I
So, would you say?
No, I was going to say I definitely agree. And when you look at other situations where we have all these black people in our community, like the young pharaohs, Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar Johnson, who are all
Mhm.
government funded, they're agents. And whenever they're like getting all this praise from the media talks about them, that's how you know for sure they're there to distract us. They're to, you know, like be an agent and spill a whole bunch of BS. That's how you know, because the media ain't gonna let a real Negro like myself speak the real truth and facts. I've had tons of accounts deleted on YouTube and TikTok. So that's how you know that they're agents and they're here to distract us.
You better say that again. And as speaking of your YouTube and TikTok, do you have a channel? Do you have a
I,
YouTube?
oh yes, I actually have a YouTube. Like it's actually my name on here, Knowledge Seeker. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I have a YouTube.
Okay, let me write that down. Because I think you mentioned that before, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, like 3 months, 2 months ago. Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yes, and I know every time you come up here, you have such profound wisdom and knowledge. And so I really appreciate that. And, I feel the same way that you do. A lot of people don't want to believe the truth when it's in front of them. But I want to say, like, if little people like me with my small little channel, I have had videos taken down, strikes, threatening to take my channel just for me speaking about the little matters that I'm speaking about. So imagine the magnitude of a Kevin Samuels with 1.45 million subscribers. That is a major impact on the community. So why would he be given a platform to touch so many people? People like you and I don't even get that type of platform. We don't get pushed into algorithms. If anything, we're shadow BANNED consistently.
Yeah, yeah. And when I looked at the content that Kevin Samuels made, because my father also loves his content too, though, and then like they would get along fantastically. But in my humble opinion, too, the stuff he talked about ain't the real stuff. It ain't even the real stuff, though. Yes, the stuff, some of it is important, and like he quote unquote knows what a man looks for in a woman, but he ain't talking about the real stuff, though. I don't hear him talking about the black women that are coming up, you know, quote unquote missing. I don't hear him talking about the reading and graduation rate in the black community is like very low. Young black boys and girls are now graduating from high school or going to college and stuff like that. I don't hear him talking about the real stuff. And then so that's how I know he's an agent. Because if you're gonna talk about the stuff, talk about the real stuff too.
Talk about it all. That's right. And I feel the same way. Now I do think that some of the things he said made some sense, but I also feel that, and I've said this before, he came from a place of pain, a place of bitterness, a place of brokenness. And instead of attacking melanated women and, putting people down, why not try to uplift one another? And so that brings me to my second point that I put in this title. Do melanated people really want unity?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No.
Why do you say that?
Because we claim we like to call our black men and black women we're kings and queens, but the second we have a different opinion, or the second we're achieving wealth or like doing quote unquote better for ourselves, we're working for the man, we're Uncle Tom's, we're this and we're that. And it's just a whole bunch of BS and nonsense that goes on in our community. We only care about who has the best two pointers in the league. We only care about who has the best, hottest mixtape, and we only want to go to the club and party. I'm not saying this is all of our people, but a huge chunk of our community thinks this way and believes this way. And whenever we talk about some real stuff, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it though. If I bring up the fact like, this whole secret sauce jab thing is poisoning our community, they don't want to hear it. If I bring up the fact that these leaders have our best interests at heart, they don't want to hear it. So I'm like, we don't want unity. We don't want to hear people's point of view.
Absolutely. And I've been getting a whole lot of emails on that secret sauce jab situation too. It's just they've been blowing up my emails. I don't know if you've been receiving those, but I think they're trying to scare us into submission. And
Well,
so,
you
go
already
ahead.
have
Mhm.
the science guy, Bill Gates, and his wife said that it should be melanated black people who take the secret sauce jab first. The
Mhm.
devil is a liar.
Right. And even like if you all pay attention, they are pushing these jabs and the secret sauce and the injections out here in melanated communities. They have them in the parking lots. They're free and you can just come up right outside and get a jab. No questions asked.
It's already happening in my city. I live in California. I'm in the Bay Area though, but I'm like, you go to parking lots, they have them in some park areas where the kids play at too, though. They have stations literally like on almost every single block, especially in the hood. Oh, the hood is even the worst thing too, though. Like they have them on
Mhm.
like every single section where there's not no cars, and they put them in these parking lots to get them very easily.
It's so sad. And like people are not paying attention to what's going on out here. Like what's really important is what really matters. And like I said, we can talk about Kevin Samuels and all these people all day. But what are they going to do from the grave? What are these people going to do for us when our lives are threatened and at risk? Are they going to come help save us? I don't think so. And when you talk about the fact that we say we want unity, but I don't see it because it's too many of us getting on YouTube going and attacking each other in public. I don't see any ethnicity group doing that to one another. Like, I don't see any ethnicity putting their women down, and then I don't see any other ethnicity putting their men down. I don't see them getting on a public platform and basically tearing down their own people. But when you get the likes of a Kevin Samuels doing it, and all these fake conscious people coming into to the community, capitalizing off of melanated pain, making fake false promises, scamming people, taking people's money, and they get all of the praise. They get pushed in the algorithms. People still support them. But when you start talking about the truth, they run away from that. So you're absolutely right.
They want us to be at our necks. I don't know what it is when it comes to the black community, the melanated community. They don't want us to unify. They don't want us to work together. Like when you look in the media, they don't advocate for strong black people coming together and like having our own businesses, growing our own stuff, and black men loving black women and vice versa. It really is just sad. And TikTok
Exactly.
is outrageous when it comes to the buffoonery and coonery I'm seeing from black melanated men on that app. It's just sad
What's going on TikTok?
because you have these young, well, because like I have to give quote unquote a pass because some of these like black men are like 21, 19, so I have to give them a pass. They're young, they don't know better, but they be saying like they would go into like other black men and be like light skinned girls or black girls or white girls, which is you into? And then of course the black man is always saying like, yeah, light skinned girls or white girls and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, y'all
Hmm.
are out here taking L's for our community because no other race even thinks about stuff like that. But you see the same beat with this.
Hmm.
Only this BS is in the black community. Only this BS is in the black.
Hmm. Hmm.
It makes me
Yeah,
upset.
and it goes into self-hatred because a lot of those guys that you're talking about, I bet you they have a brown skinned mother. They probably have a brown skinned sister. They might have a brown skinned daughter. Look at Snoop Dogg. Look at all the rappers, the entertainers. Look at Biggie. Look at Lil Wayne. Okay, what did they rap about? They rapped about thick, light skinned women. But when you look at their daughters, they don't have daughters that are light skinned. So what message does that send to their own family?
Even
Like,
the whole even the
mhm,
whole Jackson's family, Michael Jackson's family, like they wired out their whole bloodline. All their children don't even look like them. Michael Jackson's children don't even look like him. So like the self hatred is big when it comes to black men. They don't want to produce children that looks like them. And yes, I am a black man, and I love black women too, though, and I strive to meet a healthy sane, black woman one day and produce children that look like me. I am an advocate for that. That's what I want. That's what I want.
shout out to you. Yeah, absolutely. Like, well, it was said that Joe Jackson actually was the one behind that. He did not want any of his children breeding with a purebred melanated person, even Janet. He didn't want her bringing home a black man. I read that in Bobby Brown's book. So Janet ended up marrying this guy named Renee, and Renee was of a different ethnicity and a different background. And it was also said and revealed in Bobby Brown's book that Janet could not bring him home to her family because Joe Jackson would not accept him. So, do you know what Bobby Brown did? He kicked her out of his hotel room
Wow.
with no clothes on. He kicked Janet Jackson out of his hotel room because he took it as an insult, because she felt like he was good enough to deal with him in secrecy and hide him, but not come out in public with him.
Wow.
Hmm. Yeah, that book, man, was
That's
interesting.
sickening. That's very sickening.
It's yeah, definitely sickening. So it does go all around the globe, but like we have been taught to hate ourselves the most, and this it like we all know it stems back from slavery. It goes from there, and that goes into the whole Willie Lynch narrative and the makings of a slave, which is something that I do talk about a lot on the channel for people that may already be familiar with it. This still lives on today, and they said it would supersede for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. And yet, still today, we are still battling with these same things that Willie Lynch implemented. He said, we will turn the young against the old. We will turn the light against the dark skin. So this is why they treated certain slaves better than the other ones, because they wanted to keep up that divisiveness. They knew if you could keep people divisive and in division, that they would never have unity. They would never have organization. William Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse, talks about this as well, about how the government even implements, Operation Chaos, keeping people in disaccord, making us feel that some people are better than others, when really it is basically just the elite against all of us, the entire globe, the entire world, y'all. That's what's really going on.
I know I was about to say that though they do this because if we rose up and work together, that's something they fear. Though the oppressors fear the oppressed waking up and getting information and working together. But that's psychology 101. Like that's not even no conspiracy. That's like what really does happen and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I mean, it is so much deeper things that my mind had gotten into. Just thinking about the fact that they have robotic beings walking around that basically is going to take over the planet. Like, do you think, and this is another thing, that they got the GUN situation going on. They want to take away our rights with that. That's why you keep seeing and hearing about all these mass shootings. And I question that as well. Because, some people are saying, oh, it's a shame that they shot up all those children out there in Texas. But I want to bring people's attention back to Sandy Hook. I want people to remember what took place back in 2012. Do you remember that, King?
Yes, I remember that. I was 12 or 11 years old, and it happened like what, 2 weeks before Christmas, or was it a week before
Yes.
Christmas? Oh yeah. And of course, Obama did a whole press conference, and he was crying and shedding tears, and the gun activist people were like really trying to crack down hard on gun control legislations even back in 2012. But everybody, I'm gonna let you know right now, Sandy Hook was a gigantic Hollywood production. All right. Michael Bay could have filmed that thing because that was a Hollywood production film. All right. That never happened. That never happened.
Right. And they had me too, because they put on the heartstrings. They know people are emotional, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness, all of my feelings. These little kids, little elementary school kids got murdered, killed, shot up." And I was just like, "Oh, I feel for the parents." So I'm digging and digging and doing my research, and I'm starting to see that this was a whole mass film production, helicopters flying overhead in circles. They called out the fire department for no reason. Camera crew there, of course, Operation Mockingbird. They had crisis actors on the scene. When they interviewed the children, they said it sounded like bleachers were falling down. And then the children said that, oh, they told us to line up one by one and put our hands in front of us on the other person's shoulders and be in single file line. Now, if people are running for their life, there's going to be panic and commotion and chaos. There is not going to be a single file line when you have an active shooter in the building claiming lives one by one. Where they do that at? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And not to mention that old gray haired man that sat out there and lied and said those children came to his house. And basically, you could tell that he was faking it. And he said that the children came over and was telling him what happened and that their teacher was dead. Y'all, I can go back and review some of that footage right now because I have it pulled up on another one of my videos. So, like I said, when we hear about these shootings, let's think about what they've done in the past. And when they find that something works, they keep doing
They
it over
keep
and over.
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep doing it. And I got into an argument with my mother though because I ever since when I found out that Sandy Hook was fake, because I did my own research about that too though, and like, yeah, this is some old BS. And then I started to investigate all these other school shootings, and then Columbine, that was also a Hollywood production too though. And then when I was discussing this with my mom, she got super mad at me saying, "How dare you say that?" and all this type of stuff. And it just comes to show the mental stronghold people believe this stuff.
That is a testament to you and your awareness. And I really must commend you for that, to even stand on your own with your own knowledge and having to go up against your own parent, but you know the truth and she does not. And I do have to say this, sometimes the older generation is a part of the problem because they're stuck in their mindset and they can't see outside of the box. They can't see the bigger picture, even when it's right in front of their face.
I know because like my mom and my dad's generation and before that, like they were taught to be completely obedient to the government. The government has your best interests at heart too. Like my father got his first and second dose of the secret sauce jab, even though I told him about the risk and all that type of stuff, but he still got his saying like, I'm old. I can't be like I'm prone to getting it like faster than anybody else and stuff like that. I can't be risking my health. So he was like, I'm sorry, son, I had to do it for my health wise. And even though I told him all the stuff, all the things that even Bill Gates was saying about it too, he still got the secret sauce
Uh-huh.
jab.
I had someone do me the same way in my family. Despite all the evidence I showed them, despite everything I told them, they still went against what I said and did it anyway. And not only that, they went back and got the second dose. And I told them, I said, do not go back. Don't do it. And you're not listening to people that really care about you. You're going and listening to people who don't even know you. They could care less.
Isn't that the concept of like what's it called? Leading the lamb to the slaughter, or is that how it's pronounced?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
That's the same
Absolutely.
that's the same concept as that. Like,
Mhm.
because the lambs or whatever, they don't know when they go into that thing they're gonna get chopped up and killed to death though. And then that's the same concept with people going out to these clinics, getting these super sauce jab, thinking they're trying to keep themselves safe and healthy, but you're just making yourself worse. Like,
Oh
did
yeah.
we people forgot about the Tuskegee experiment. I'm like, what is going on with people's mindset?
After that how do you pronounce it? Tuskegee experiment, I
Hmm.
think everybody should have never trusted the government again. See, this is what I don't understand about melanated people, right? We
Hmm.
know that we have been oppressed by the oppressor. We know that the people came over here and stole our land. We know that they've enslaved us and oppressed us on our own land, took it, sold it back to us, raised and elevated the prices of something that's ours, and they have dictated us ever since. Not only that, we cannot trust them. They've given us diseases willingly, and they are basically trying to create what's called eugenics. Basically, they don't want us here. But then, on one instance, you know this, but on the other instance, you will still trust them. You still trust their injections. You still trust their prescription drugs. You still trust the lies that they tell you every single year when it's time to vote and to have presidents. And where have we gotten trusting these people? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
But when you have your own family member that looks just like you, that cares about you because they love you and care about your well being, telling you, do not trust this injection, you don't listen to them. Your own DNA, your own flesh and blood, you rather listen to the person that's the oppressor, to your own demise, your own downfall, your own detriment. Then guess what happens when things start snowballing and going downward for you in a horrible downward spiral? Who are the people that you're going to look to take care of you? Your own flesh, your own DNA that you did not listen to. Do you think them strangers that coerced you into getting these injections are going to be there to take care of you when it's all said and done? I don't think so. And this is why I say, do melanated people really want unity? Because we don't even trust each other. We don't. We don't. And I'm going to tell you another thing too. I'm going to tell you about melanated people. This is how they operate. And this is no disgrace to you, King. I'm not talking about you. I am talking about melanated men and males as a whole. I have to send this message out to these queens. Please be careful because a lot of these melanated dudes are coming around with agendas. They are fake pretenders with snake agendas, okay? They are false prophets walking around in human form. And a lot of times they're coming around you with a motive. They don't have any plan to do you any good, and the only time they act as if they're nice to you or want to do something for you is because they are expecting something out of you, whether that be companionship, whether that be for you to they want to have a relationship with you. But the moment that you don't show interest, that's the moment they turn their backs on you. And I'm so tired of our females going through that because you can have a Mexican guy, you can have a Caucasian dude that will do things for you that a melanated stranger won't do for you and won't ask for anything in return. And I have seen examples of that in my own life. And I must say that. So don't fall for a lot of these dudes, the ones that come out here acting like they're a fake woke peace queen. When you hear them saying stuff like that, run the other way because those are words of a devil, okay, in disguise. When they come around and acting like they got all this knowledge, all this spirituality, basically, that is their whole facade to try to reel you in. And I am sick of these melanated men going out here acting like this. They don't even have respect for us as women to say, you know what, because you look like me, because you are one of mine, I don't want anything from you. I just want us to coexist and I just want to uplift you and do something nice for my own people without asking or wanting or expecting anything in return. But do they do this? No, they don't. They don't have the same hearts as a lot of us female queens have out here because a lot of these women are going far way overboard for the things they do for these melanated men out here. Males, must I say? I can't even call them men. They're doing so much for these males and not getting anything in return. And I must say that. I am sick and tired of these so called males thinking that they're men, always wanting something in return for anything that they do for a melanated female. This is sickening and it is disgusting. You got dudes out here in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s doing these shenanigans. They can't be nice to you without expecting something in return. And it's sick that they all have a motive. And I'm just tired of it. It's disgusting.
I know, like my sister learned that the hard way. Just like this, literally last year, right around the summertime. Like she met this dude who did all the exact same things you just mentioned too, though. But he had ulterior motives. Though he wanted, to get her in bed, and rip them clothes off. But then once she wasn't budging, he just stopped doing all his stuff, stopped all the sweet, kind words, stopped like, like getting her some food on the side and sending it to the house for love purposes. And
Mm-hmm.
he got him another side piece that would give him some. And I'm like, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
these men still want to keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all black men are taking L's for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's some childish games. They taking L's for us. Y'all black
Absolutely.
men.
Absolutely. And I mean, it got to stop. I, I mean, I'll give you an example. You'll find a Mexican, you'll find a Caucasian that will, out of the kindness of their heart, just saying that, oh, you are a female, you are a damsel in distress, you are a princess. I'm just going to do a favor for you because you need help because you're a woman. When it comes to these melanated dudes, oh my God, you would think they're giving you the world for how they be acting. And in the moment they don't get what they want, then all of a sudden they are a whole different character. You know what I'm saying? And it's the most
Hmm.
disgusting thing I've ever seen. It's sad. That's why I said melanated people don't really want unity. They don't. Because this is the type of person I am. When I see anybody that I can relate to and I feel that they have good energy and a good aura, I'm going to support them. I'm not going to say, oh, well, I have an ulterior motive. I have an ulterior agenda. I'm going to befriend this person. I'm going to act like I want to help them. And then if I don't get what I want, then I'm not going to help them anymore. What type of fake shit is that?
Jesus Christ.
Like right now, there's a I'm a licensed realtor, so in real estate, it's just like anything else. You're learning. It's a everyday learning experience, and that's with life in general. But there are some things that everybody does not know. Whenever I can find someone that's similar to me or that's melanated like me, I know how hard it is out here for us people. Just alone, just trying to start a business in any facet of an occupation that we hold. I'm going to try to help them and give them as much knowledge as I have. And it has nothing to do with, oh, I want to get close to you because I have a motive. And I'm calling you, I'm helping you, I'm emailing you, and I'm telling you, if you have any questions, if I can be of service to you, let me know. This is how we get ahead. We have to coexist and network with one another because it could be a time where I might need something and I would want the same done for me. But no, you'll have a lot of these dudes out here to be like, oh, well, you know what? I'll help as long as I can get a dinner date, as long as we can go out to eat, as long as I can get this, or I can come over, you can come over, we can do this. No, why does it always have to be that? Do people not understand that unity is powerful? It extends far beyond your own selfish needs and gains and wants. But a lot of people can't get past that because they're selfish and it's disgusting.
I'm about to say that our community is selfish. We just have lots of scammers. They just want to use you to get ahead in life. They don't want to elevate themselves, so they just want to suck you dry, take what they need from you, to move on to the next person to suck them dry, like a
Mhm.
vampire.
Like a vampire. Exactly right. Exactly right. I call them parasites. They're leeches. A lot of times when you're fruitful, king, like when somebody like you that has a lot of knowledge, people are drawn to people like that. People are drawn to people that are charismatic with a lot of energy, a lot of good wits about them because they feel like there's something they can gain off of that person. And even if they have to hang around you for knowledge, they're going to do that. They're going to see what they can learn from you. You know what I'm saying? But they can never
Mhm.
be you. And that's just how melanated people, a lot of them are like that. And a lot of times they'll ask you questions without really asking you questions. So they won't come out and say, well, tell me what it's like to be a realtor, or tell me what it's like if I were to get into what you're doing, or how did you do that? And just tell me what to expect. They won't ask you that. They'll ask things to circumvent asking you the question because they don't want to feel like you're giving them any knowledge. You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're trying to say. Yes, yes.
Yeah. And I just don't understand it because I am never one to try to hold back information from people. I always share anything that I can. I tell people things on this channel that I know that no one ever told me that I had to find out on my own. And I don't see why is it that a lot of our own people don't do that for each other. They don't want to share knowledge. If they know something, they feel like someone's going to get further ahead than they are, and so a lot of these people are on YouTube trying to charge people for stuff, for information that's free, y'all.
That
They
is just.
charging people for free
Mm.
information. When
It's
I
that.
know,
Oh,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. No, it's that raw jealousy, because when you were ahead in the competition, but then somebody that looks like you also wants to be ahead of that competition, it's that fearness inside of us. Like if I help them out and like give them what I have learned, like they could probably elevate to be more higher than me, and that's something I don't want. And I'm like, why would you not want somebody that shares the same skin color as you, understands you more than anybody else? Why would you not want to also have them elevate along with you so they can get higher up in the game too? That we have failed as a race of people if we can't do that for our brothers and sisters. Do you know how bad, how like satanic that sounds too? Because an Asian could be in real estate, and they'll help their cousins or their family or somebody that they're even related to, like get ahead up in the competition, and help them own their own property and help them own their own, like own their own stuff and stuff like that, vice versa for all the other races. But it's the black man and the black woman that can't do that for each other. We have failed. We have failed.
Absolutely, King. We have failed, and it's little things like that that I've had, a realtor share it with me that when she got into real estate, Actually, a few realtors told me this. They were melanated women, and one of them has her own firm, and she said her husband's cousin knew that she was a realtor. But you know what they did? They went and got another realtor, sold their house. She didn't know anything about it until after they had moved because they didn't want to use her. Another realtor, her niece knew that she was a licensed realtor. She went and got another person to help her buy a house. And I just told her, I said, you got to understand that's just the nature of how it is. Okay. You can't expect for people that's in your core to support you, because they're just this our minds mentally as a people, we're broken and we're dysfunctional, and this is what we do to one another. And it don't just have to be real estate, that's with anything. They just don't want to unify, they don't want to work together, you know. And I just think that when people talk about this unity thing, I don't really think they want unity for real. I think they are complacent, being divisive. I think they like to get on YouTube and talk about one another. I think it brings them an audience. I think they capitalize off of it. They get cash apps. You know, they're getting super chats off of it. They're capitalizing off of melanated pain for monetary gain. And like I said, we saw this with Derek Jackson. He wrote a book, and what did he do? Cheated on his wife. We see that with, you know, some of the people in the conscious community. And what do they do? They're talking about and promoting polygamy. How can you promote polygamy and you cannot even hardly take care of yourself, let alone the wife that you claim you have, and then you want to have multiple wives? Why?
That part.
Make that make sense to me. And you think we're supposed to entrust our lives with these type of melanated men playing games with our lives? You think we're supposed to do that?
And we only come together whenever a cop kills one of our own, and then once we protest and vandalize the property, then we just go right back to the way things were before.
Absolutely. Like, okay, with the whole Nipsey thing, since that's a part of my topic. So you saw what happened with Nipsey, what, 2 years ago, March 31st, I think.
Yes,
So anyway, now I think this is another CIA situation. Why do I feel that way? Because there are too many holes in the story, right? First and foremost, we don't have any reliable footage, okay? No, none of the stories make sense. And now we see that they're supposed to be starting trial. Well, if they're supposed to be starting trial, how come Christopher Darden was appointed as the prosecutor? Now we know Christopher Darden also was in the O.J. Simpson trial.
ooh,
Yeah, as the prosecutor. My apologies. He's the defense attorney for the quote unquote Eric Holder. Eric Holder, if you ask me, is a made up fictional character. I don't believe he's real. I think this is somebody they pinned this on so they can have an orchestrated court show for the public. But behind the scenes, I think something else went on. And why is it Christopher Darden? If you look up his credentials, he's supposed to be an attorney, but he's also an actor. He's an
wow,
actor.
that's on his resume too.
Yeah, look him up. It's on Google. Matter of fact, I might pull it up right here again. Yeah,
If that is true,
he's
we
an
are
actor.
being played.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, I don't think he is the defense attorney anymore because I think he stepped down from the case. But you know, my spidey senses got to tingling, you all, when I found out about that. I said something doesn't sound right. Something just ain't right. That's what Keith Sweat said. So let me share my screen real quickly. You know, everybody gathered around for Nipsey Hussle, but they can't gather around for things that's really important. Let me share my screen. And here we go. This is Christopher Darden. Now, as you can see, was him with Marsha Clark. They were both on the prosecution for O.J. Simpson. He is born April the 7th, 66 years old. Okay. Now, it says that he married Marsha Carter. I don't even know if that's supposed to be Marsha Clark or someone else. He does
Mm.
have a daughter, Tiffany Darden. Okay. It looks like he has a brother, Michael Darden. Now, education, he did go to college, of course, John F. Kennedy High School. Um, where is the part where it shows
That's
his
probably some symbolism right there.
right? I think it is. Well, right here, you see the IMDb. The IMDb is when people have performed in movies.
And acting and stuff like that. What is a legal person? Why would they need the IMDb for? That's for actors.
It's for actors, absolutely.
He's a made up character.
Hmm. Now, as you can see, he did an acting scene. It looks like Known for Style and Substance, 1998, Son of the Beach in the year 2000, Touched by an Angel in 1994. And let me point out to you that the O.J. Simpson case took place in
Ninety
let me
four.
think, 94?
Yeah,
Okay,
1994. Yes.
1994. Okay, and see, in 94, he was in the movie Touched by an Angel. I did not know this. I did not know this. So he is an actor, okay? Actor. Aside from that, Nipsey Hussle was an actor. A lot of people don't know that. He was an actor too. And I can pull it up because I saw the movie that he played in. He was an actor before he became a rapper. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge this truth. You know, all we keep hearing is, oh, long live Nipsey, TLC. Don't say nothing about Nipsey Hussle. First of all, let me share my screen, y'all. Because we got to stop worshiping people that we know nothing about. This can cause a whole heap of trouble when people do this, what you call idol worship. Okay?
That's idolatry, what the
It's
Bible speaks against also.
Thank you. Thank you, King. It sure does.
And idolatry is very wicked, okay? It's very wicked. Don't like think it's cutesy, like having little crushes and worshiping your celebrity. No, it's wicked. It's
Mhm.
wicked.
Absolutely. Now, he is a very tall, handsome gentleman. I'll give him that. He's a nice looking man, very easy on the eyes. He has swag, charisma, all the things that are great making for a quote unquote Hollywood superstar. Okay. People are going to buy into this look. Y'all have to be very understanding of how Hollywood plays tricks on people. Same thing with Obama. Okay. Same thing with a lot of these people that we see in the politicians. And they don't even let me get into that. Now, on his arm, you see Miss Lauren London, okay? She's light complected. Now, what I find very interesting, because I looked into her background as well, we don't hear anything about her father, but we do know that her mother is a brown skinned woman, but it never mentions her father, okay? Now, these people, when they come to us, they come to us as actors, and we don't know a whole lot about them unless what they tell us, okay?
Mm.
Now, I do remember, and y'all can check this out. Daylight, the rapper Daylight, Day, I think it's Lyt or something like that, said that Nipsey Hussle and him went to the same school of arts. Now, if you really pay attention, a lot of these actors and actresses have gone to the performing school of arts, such as Tupac Shakur, okay, which his real name was Lassane Parrish Crooks, such as Aaliyah. Okay, she went to the Performing School of Arts. I want to ask a lot of you, how many of you have been around the Performing School of Arts and how many of you have gone to the Performing School of Arts? I don't think it's a whole
Now,
lot of people that have.
now, people in my family have tried to get in there, like my cousins, my little cousins, and uh, uh, oh, hold on. My sister just came in here. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Not a problem. I'm going to go ahead and continue till the king returns, y'all. But like I said, a lot of these people have gone to the Performing School of Arts. Now, if we look at his name is Armias Ashkadom's background, and they misspelled his name right here because this is not how you spell Armias. It's Ermias, I believe. Okay, Joseph Ashkadom. Now let's go on because we're going to get into the fact that he was also an actor. And let's see, where do we show? So we see the mixtapes. Where are his movies? Let's see. Not to mention that Nipsey Hussle is named after a comedian by the name of Nipsey Russell or something to that effect. Okay, so as you see, when we put in Nipsey Hussle, it says some movies come up right here. Okay, this is Nipsey Hussle's IMDb right here. And I did watch one of these. You can pull his movie up on YouTube. It is free to watch it. Okay. And it shows you this is his acting role, you all. And if I push play, it might play the trailer, but then YouTube might not want me to play it because they might want to strike the channel for this. But let's see if I can play a little bit of it. Oh yeah, they would go into one of these ads. Don't nobody want to hear that. Let's skip it. All right. All right. Now everybody remembers that guy right there. I think he passed away. I can't think of his name right now, but everybody knows who that is. Vin Rames. That's his name. And you all remember Vin Rames. He played as a transvestite, y'all. This hardcore looking man. It's a shame what they did. There you see him. This is Nipsey Hussle before he became the rapper that we know. He was an actor. Y'all got to be careful with these people.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, King. So we're just showing like a little footage of Nipsey Hussle and his acting career before he became the rapper that everybody knew him to be. And that's Vin Rames.
Oh, he's also another Hollywood puppet.
You said he's. I think he passed away though, Vin Rames.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he did, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But yeah, I remember when they had him dressed up like a transvestite. So basically, what are they doing when they do that? They're sending a message out to the melanated population that even the most hardcore melanated man is what they call buck broken. That means that you cannot feel that you're going to have protection as a woman because even your most hardcore man, they can make him a bitch and make him put on a dress, lipstick, and a skirt and a wig. That's the whole narrative behind when they do that, y'all. Okay. So, aside from that, I just think it's very interesting that the footage that they showed us and that whole Nipsey debacle was never clear. It was very fuzzy. It looked like something back from the 80s. You know, it just didn't make sense. And
And
so, mhm,
oh no, and
go
not to
ahead.
mention TMZ was the first people to report on it. I'm gonna let y'all know too. Whenever TMZ reports on something first, it's a Hollywood production. TMZ is involved with a whole bunch of satanic stuff with Hollywood, so you can't trust their information at all.
Absolutely, King. Absolutely. You were holding it down while I walked away. I had to go close the door. But yeah, you know, and we all know that TMZ is owned by the CIA as well. So y'all can actually check your research out on that one. Um, so I'm going to see if I can find an article of what's going on here on the Nipsey Hussle situation because I know a lot of people are going to be heavily invested into this nonsense. But like you were saying, King, earlier, what's really important is this spiritual warfare that's going on out here, this attack against our minds, bodies, and souls. And so what they do is they keep us hyper focused on people outside of ourselves. Okay, when we focus on someone that is outside of ourselves, we never focus on our own selves. We're more
Exactly.
important. We're more
Oh,
important than these actors. Go ahead,
and
Ken.
no, okay, and not to cut you off though, and it's gonna get worse as a matter of fact though, because they're going to be killing so many black celebrities off the world stage because they're trying to distract us as much as possible. Because last year, them Negroes were dropping like flies because Chadwick Boseman and what's that basketball player's name? Kobe Bryant. So it's
Mhm.
gonna get worse. So be prepared for more celebrities to start dropping like flies because they need to get us distracted as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see Solar Guy tried to step into the building. Solar Guy, it says that your device is not connected, King. So once you get connected, just come on up. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna look up an article, y'all. Okay. Because here they like to always compare him to Jesus. And they also like to compare him to Tupac. So, what do they like to do? They like to give you your black messiah, if you will. Okay. And if y'all like this video, share this video. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And this is F Your Feelings Friday, y'all. So we going in today. A lot of people not gonna want to hear this information because if it's idol worship, we don't do that over here. I don't care who it is. As much as I liked Tupac, I had to face my realities that Tupac was another one. Okay. And I mean, I was a major Tupac fan, y'all. So, right here, it says the murder trial for Nipsey Hussle begins after a 3-year delay. What took so long? What was the delay? Accused gunman Eric Holder, you all know that's probably a made up person, has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Now it says, finally, there will be a final verdict in the ongoing situation regarding the late, great Nipsey Hussle, as the murder trial is expected to start this Thursday with jury selection. According to NBC Los Angeles, 32-year-old Eric Holder Jr., the man accused of fatally shooting the Crenshaw-born rapper, and already he has pleaded not guilty to the charges. One of the things I want the jurors to understand is that I believe the case is overcharged, said his attorney, Aaron Jensen. So I would look into Aaron Jensen and see who that is, because how did it go from Christopher Darden, the actor, to Aaron Jensen? I don't believe that the charges brought against Mr. Holder are going to hold up. See, they're already trying to prep you all, okay, that this is going to be a mistrial. So you're never going to find out who shot and who allegedly murdered Nipsey Hussle. They're already setting the stage to get your mind subconsciously ready for this whole debacle. Okay. I know people have made up their minds and seen the videos, but we are confident that when they hear the whole thing, he'll have a fair trial. Let's not forget, y'all, that Eric Holder had made some tweets when he got arrested, if y'all remember. Okay. He had made some tweets. And I'm pretty sure if this is a good attorney, if it's a good defense attorney, then he has done his due diligence and researched those tweets. Born Ermias Ashgadam, Nipsey Hussle became a rising star in the hip hop due to his outgoing demeanor, community focused endeavors, and his entrepreneurial spirit. The 33-year-old was killed on March 31st, 2019, outside of his clothing store. 2 other men were also wounded in the attack. Holder fled the scene and was arrested in Bellflower. Prosecutors said if convicted as charged, he faces a possible maximum sentence of life in state prison. Officials added. Among the witnesses set to appear in the trial are Hussle's friend Herman Cowboy Douglas, and more are slated to be announced shortly. This trial is expected to take up to 4 weeks. Now, I want to review this right here. Herman Douglas, okay? Everybody remembers the guy with the big cowboy hat, okay? He was a drug addict. He was a drug addict that allegedly Nipsey Hussle was paying to help sweep the floors. But here he's a key witness. In a sequence of events, Hussle accused Holder of being a snitch minutes before the latter allegedly used 2 handguns to kill him and wound 2 other men, according to an unsealed transcript of a jury hearing. So this man ironically used 2 handguns. Now, if anybody has ever shot a gun, I'm trying to figure out how is he so magically trained in weaponry that he used 2 guns to shoot and kill this man. I'm curious as to this transcript, y'all. I'm going to click on it because curious minds wants to know. Oh boy, y'all, they just never stop. They never stop with the nonsense.
They mocking us. They mocking us at this point.
To our faces. To our faces. He killed him with 2 handguns.
What is he, Agent 47?
Do you like, all right, and this goes all the way back to, I don't know if you remember this, King. This was like in 2015 when they had a Dallas shooting, and Professor Griff was involved. Well, he wasn't involved, but they questioned Professor Griff for some reason. They had him in questioning for some reason. But they said that there was a Dallas shooter that took out police officers, and this man magically moved through the lower deck to the top deck of the parking complex, and he had all these gunshots and bullets going all over the place. And I'm thinking to myself, is this guy this agile by himself? Yet we saw no ambulances on the scene. We saw no shot police officers. We saw no blood piercing the scene. But this, they said this man did all of that. Then they told us the Dallas shooter, they took him down by using robots on the at the parking lot, on the parking deck. This one kind of light skinned dude, he was wearing a dashiki. Y'all go back and research that.
I'm gonna
So
have to go. I
yeah,
don't know that situation. I have to research that for myself.
yeah, I'm going to actually see if I can pull that up. So yeah, I'm just saying that this stuff is ridiculous. All right, so let's see, because I want to hear about these two handguns. How did he shoot Nipsey Hussle with two handguns? So he was right. He was ambidextrous. That's what you're trying to tell me. He was ambidextrous enough to shoot him with two handguns. Here it says Holder was a gang member and he had been seen carrying two handguns similar to those used in the killing, a silver revolver and a black semi-automatic. Hustle was shot at least 10 times. This is why I take issue with that. Because when they showed us that footage of him being loaded onto the ambulance, did anybody see any blood seeping from him? No, we did not. But he got
Mm-mm.
obliterated 10 times by bullets, and there was no form of blood on the scene. You show me somebody that can get shot 10 times and not bleed out. With rounds piercing his lungs and severing his spinal cord, according to testimony from a medical examiner who reviewed the autopsy. Police found 8 expended casings from a, a 40 pistol at the scene, and 6 bullets were pulled from Hustle's body. Another witness said Holder uttered the words to Hustle, "You're through," during the shooting, and said he heard Hustle try to say a name after he'd been fatally wounded. You see how they keep adding more insult to injury?
Keep digging it bigger for themselves, and it's just it's mockery.
It's mockery to the fullest. And I remember when Nipsey Hussle's mother, not mother, his grandmother was interviewed, and his grandmother said that Black Sam ran out of the house early that morning and said he never goes and leaves the house like that. So it is alleged that Nipsey Hussle was shot at around 3 p.m. that evening, and this was West Coast time. That's what they told us. But according to his grandmother, he was shot that morning. So which story is true?
Ooh.
Did you see that footage?
Wow, I haven't seen that footage yet.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, these people are full of shenanigans. That's why I feel like this trial is some debauchery. I'll see if I can bring up that footage of Nipsey's grandmother. Let me see here. I can
That's
find.
crazy. She really said that?
Yeah,
Wow.
Nipsey's grandmother. She spoke to the news and said it. And you can find this. Here she is. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, people don't want to pay attention to this stuff though. They don't want to, they just want to go off the narrative that they were given. And you got to think about the Nation of Islam showed up for the funeral.
Ooh. That's a sign right there.
Look, here it is.
Only on to tonight, the first interview with Nipsey Hussle's grandmother since his brutal murder.
And our Jim Hill scores emotional interview with LeBron James, the Lakers star nearly tearing up when talking about his friend Nipsey Hussle.
I feel like all these people are actors at this point. I have to say it. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't want them to strike it, because if I play it, it might be an issue. So hold on one second. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna freeze it. Hold on one second.
Okay, cool. Do what you gotta do. I know, like this
You know
algorithm
how
stuff.
they be. Yeah, it's some nonsense. So yeah, we about to hear it right up from his grandmother's own mouth. She made the news, y'all. This is how they make a mockery out of us. Okay, here we go. So let me share my screen. Share. Okay, here we go. All right. All right. See, of course, they're going to show us this whole thing. All right. Now, this is Nipsey's grandmother. And if you remember, he always had his grandmother in his videos all the time.
About his friend, Nipsey Hussle.
But first, let's go to our Tom Wade, who just spoke with the woman who helped raise Nipsey Hussle. Tom.
And Pat and Jeff, I can tell you that his grandmother is so gracious, so loving, and so kind. And it shows here in the community. Look at the support that Nipsey Hussle still continues to get 5 days after his death. Such a huge crowd, so much love, and it shows no signs of fading.
I never knew he was so much loved like I love him. So that's uplifting to see that so many other people loved and understood him.
Nipsey Hussle's 88-year-old grandmother says her broken heart finds some comfort in how her grandson touched so many people.
I hope these young people will get the message and live a better life. Live a better life.
Margaret Boutte helped raise Hussle, whose real name is Ermias Oshkodom. Hussle talked about her in an interview with CBS 2 anchor Pat Harvey before this year's Grammys.
I was raised with my mom, grandma. She was real, just big on keeping a tight family and big on love.
Boutte was at home last Sunday when Hussle's brother got the call from Hussle himself that he had been shot.
He got the call and he ran out here so fast. He never does that in the morning. Right away, I called his mother. I said, Angel, she's called Angelique, but I call her Angel. Something must have happened. I said, Samuel jumped up. He didn't take his shower. He got out of here so fast.
Samuel was racing to the marathon, Hussle's store, the place where he had been shot multiple times. Samuel would be there for his brother's last breaths.
Sammy got up there soon enough to start helping his brother. So Arius knew Samuel was there before he died.
Hussle's accused killer got away, but not for long. Eric Holder was arrested Tuesday in Bellflower and arraigned yesterday. Motive for the murder is still unclear. Police are only saying the two had a dispute before the shooting. Incredibly, Hussle's grandmother had only these words for Hussle's accused killer.
I'm praying for him too. I hope he does not get killed in custody. Have enough time to ask God for forgiveness. I'm a Catholic. I do believe in prayers, and I'm praying for him. He was a young, ignorant situation, and I'm hoping he's sorry for what he did.
Okay.
And such incredible words from a woman who is in so much pain.
Now, I don't know if I would have been that forgiving if that were my family member. I don't understand it. And you heard it from her own mouth. She said that he got shot that morning. And not only that, they said that Hussle himself made the phone call that he had been shot and called his brother Black Sam. And Black Sam arrived to the scene to help his brother. We just read the report that said he had been shot 10 times.
The inconsistency.
I'm trying to understand, if you've been shot 10 times, how you're able to get the phone, call your brother, and you were shot in the lung. If you're shot in the lungs, I don't know if anybody understands the magnitude of pain that you have trying to simply breathe inward and outward. It is a very painful experience. Not that I've been shot, but I know somebody that was shot in the lungs, okay? And that was a terrible situation because they almost did not make it. They told the ambulance to just let him die. But I don't think they got on the phone and called and had enough time for somebody. You mean to tell me he lasted long enough for his brother to show up at the scene after being shot 10 times, once in the lung and everywhere else, to help Hussle himself? Then we see him loaded onto the ambulance with no blood. What really happened? That's why I think
Hollywood production.
a Hollywood production, just like Sandy Hook. That's why I think this whole court case is about to be a Hollywood production. That's why we can't give our energy to the nonsense. No, Solar God, it does not add up.
Boy, the media is a dangerous thing. They knew what they were doing when they created media.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't say this to regular people or they're going to get an attitude. Uh-oh, here you go. What's good?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing, King?
I'm great. How y'all doing?
Good, I'm blessed.
We making it. We just, what I'm saying, just adding a little insight here to what's really been going on.
Yeah, this whole world is in just constant chaos. Constant chaos is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, crazy.
Absolutely. That's just like I was another court case that I was watching is the Young Thug case. I don't know if y'all familiar with that or not. You laughing. What you know about it?
Oh man, I haven't really followed it, but I've seen like clips here and there with
Mhm.
just all of the drama that's going on with that, and I'm like, okay, that's another distraction.
It's another distraction, I agree. But I want to ask, I don't want to pose this question, y'all. If you are a multimillionaire and you have the entire world at your disposal, why are you going out here portraying, acting like you a thug, acting like you this, acting like you that? Basically, you don't have to be in that type of environment. People would love to be where you are. You can travel the world. You do not have to do this. Now you sitting behind court, behind bars, looking dumb and stupid. Okay, he was denied bond, y'all, and I watched some of this court trial this court case. I thought it was rather interesting. I thought it was kind of interesting. I'm gonna pull this up, y'all.
Yeah, there's
So
a lot of stupidity
so
on this
really,
part.
yeah, really. Okay, so basically, the reason he was denied bond is due to the lyrics in his rap music, claiming, okay, and they're claiming this is why he got locked up because they're claiming that he shot at YFNL Lucci's mother. Okay, why are you shooting at another rapper's mother? She had nothing to do with whatever y'all got going on. So you're going to shoot. And this goes back to what I was saying. Do melanated people really want unity? Because it's so easy for you to shoot at somebody else that looks like one of your own. But are you going to shoot at these people that are out here killing your people? The police officers that are killing your people? Will you go shoot at them? How is it that you feel like you so thuggish, you so ruggish, you so this and you so that, but you can't even shoot at the real enemy? You're going to shoot at a mother, a melanated woman,
Right,
allegedly.
right,
Okay.
right,
And you
right.
had some shooters to get at her. Who does that?
It's
This doesn't
crazy.
make you a man. That's a coward. That's a punk. So if he is behind jail and bars, and if he had something to do with it, I don't feel sorry for him. Kevin Lyles got on the stage. Oh, excuse me, got on the stand and told the judge that he felt like he was going to have tears coming to his eyes because he was so hurt. He said that he's a 56-year-old and it pained him to see Young Thug in that position because he has children and I think possibly grandchildren of his own. Pulling on the heartstrings, y'all. Pulling on the heartstrings. But does anybody care about that woman that was allegedly shot at? That could have riddled and she could have lost her life because of bullets? Did anybody care
Right.
about that?
And then they said allegedly that apparently he was supposed to be behind the shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus
Right.
for him, and like I
This
think
is
it's
him.
all act. They all acting,
I think
man.
it's
It's a lot of
acting. This is the one right here, the one dressing up in dresses. Him. Him. These are the characters that they have running the community. And y'all want to know why we're so discombobulated and dysfunctional, y'all. They had a little matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can show y'all the young man that got on to the stand and basically was trying to plead for Young Thug to get bond to get out. Let me see. I don't know the guy's name, but he was very well spoken.
Oh, so they're pulling out all kinds of character
Oh yeah, it was
witnesses.
a 15-year-old boy.
Mhm.
Here he is. All right. Now y'all listen to this.
All right, here we go.
It gets interesting, y'all. Yes, it does. This is a shame. So you can use all resources for this nonsense, but when it really comes down to it, where are the resources when it really counts? Nobody put him in this situation. He put himself here. So there you can see this is Kevin Lyles testifying. And right here you can see the 15-year-old testifying. They brought this little boy on stage, on the stand to testify for Young Thug. All right. Let's get past some of it. I'm about to bring him up.
That's the purpose of these next witnesses. Unless they go to some other bond factor, you know, I'm kind of really at this point in time, I'm not really interested in hearing from him at this point.
Well, he goes to a different factor, Your Honor.
And what is that?
Danger to the community, which is what I thought the state is arguing.
Okay, all right. If he's going to danger the community, all right. Come on up, young man. Please approach witness stand. Once you get there, if you'd be so kind and turn face Deputy Tollins to be sworn as a witness. Hold on, stand up before you. Okay, go ahead.
Raise your right hand. You swear to affirm the testimony I give the court the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Take a seat. State and spell the first last name.
Corey Jackson, CORYJACKSON.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you.
It's up to the court, and it's also up to you if you want to take off your mask with the honorable court's permission. If you want to keep it on, you absolutely keep it on.
Okay.
Your choice, young man.
I'd like to take it off then.
Mr. Jackson, introduce yourself to the court. Tell the court what you do.
Well, I'm Corey Jackson. I'm a recording artist, motivational speaker, and actor.
And are you in school?
Yes, sir.
What grade are you in?
I'm in the 11th as of right now.
And you're 15 in the 11th grade?
Yes, sir.
How did you do that?
Well, I'm homeschooled and I stay up on my studies and I work on that.
Do you remember meeting a gentleman named Mr. Jeffrey Williams?
Most definitely, yes, sir.
Do you see him on this honorable court's Zoom screen?
Yes, sir.
And how did you meet Mr. Williams?
Well, the first time I ever met him was in the mall. It was in Cumberland Mall. I was probably 8 or 9 at the time. I had first met him with my music and I approached him and I didn't know who he was. But later on that day, after I had met him, I found out who he was as far as an artist, and I found out more about him. And then when I really met him and we made the connection, made the bond, was later on when I was like 10 or 11 years old at the time.
And were you in, I know this is personal, but were you in poverty at that time, if you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. I understand what you mean.
And where were you living at that time?
Well, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi originally, so down there it's called Cromwell Street, Shady Oaks, Christian Brotherhood.
And is your father in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
And other family members?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell this honorable court if Mr. Williams ever took you to where he was raised on Cleveland Avenue.
Yes, sir, he has.
And tell the court what you learned from that and what the purpose was.
Well, at the time, he took me there because I always expressed to him how at me being at such a young age, being able to achieve what I have and have the knowledge that I do have, that's why I started motivational speaking, because I want to inspire the youth and show them that anything is possible. Because you can look at somebody while they're old and you say, oh, that's good, they're doing it. But now you have an example that's your age and close to you in age that's showing you that it's possible. And Mr. Williams, he took me to where he was from. And he showed me where he came from. He showed me the property that he lived in. And he told me, the saying, each one teach one, which is something that he lives by. He has also helped instill in me that I live by now, each one teach one. And he told me whatever knowledge you have, You have to be able to spread it because this is who you are trying to inspire and show them that they can become successful. So that is what he took me there for, and to show me how he was able to achieve what he has and where he comes from, and what I have to do if I want to motivate more young people like me.
And tell this honorable court whether you have gone across our country talking to other students, people your age and younger at schools.
Yes, sir, I have. I've did different things like different school tours and doing motivational speeches for different organizations like the Boys and Girls Club and different things of that nature, and different youth centers, detention centers, of course, schools. Yes, sir, I have.
And has Mr. Williams put upon you the duty that you have to always be positive and try to get other people not to do crime?
Yes, sir, he has, and he has always motivated me in that goal and that mission. He has always showed me that path and always deterred me from anything that could be negative or affect me in a negative way. He always deterred me from that and showed me the right way and showed me a positive way to do anything that I have going on.
Has Mr. Williams taken you on tour with him, with your family's permission, taking your family?
Yes, sir, he has.
And if you can remember, what are some of the places that you went with Mr. Williams?
Atlanta, Georgia, Los Angeles, California, St. Louis, Chicago, New York. I've been to New Orleans with them before, many different places, Tampa, and some more places. It's been a lot.
Houston, Texas?
Houston, Texas, Dallas.
All right, y'all. I don't want to play the entire thing, but you get the gist. You get the gist of what's going on there. You know, they use this 15-year-old boy to try to plead for Jeffrey Williams to get bond so he doesn't have to be behind bars, basically. Pretty much that was the whole scenario there. And then, of course, there was Kevin Lyles that got up there and said that he felt like he was about to cry. So with all that being said, I would like to say, what was the point in being in this situation in the first place? When you have been given all these resources at your disposal, when you have been given a platform, when you've been given an opportunity, why is it that melanated people like to orchestrate records, songs about killing, shooting, robbing, torturing? Then you name yourself Young Thug. But if you really were a thug, you wouldn't be trying to get other people to shoot at other people that look like you. You go after the real enemy, and that's what I'm trying to explain. We shouldn't even be at each other's throat. We shouldn't be trying to kill each other, robbing each other, torturing for what? For what point are you trying to prove? Is this the example that you want to lead for the youth? But you got this 15-year-old in the courtroom sitting on a stand saying that, oh, you're telling him and showing him all these other things, but in your rap lyrics, you basically selling out your people. And melanated people are the biggest supporters of all this nonsense. They like to see an orchestrated show. When does it stop? And so I asked the question again, do melanated people, do they really want unity? Because it doesn't look like it.
Nope. They want drama. Unfortunately, that's what sells. And it's funny to me that you got most rappers talking about what they've done in their lyrics, right? They basically snitching on themselves all the time. It's only when the government wants to use them for something is when they'll actually act on it. You know, with this whole case that they get what they got with Young Thug or whatever, like they already knew what it was. They just decided this was the moment that they needed that distraction, so they acted on going after him for that specific reason. But it's crazy, like we are the only race that promotes killing each other. I'm talking about like all the time, which is what they want. You know what I mean? Like, and I always hear white people talk about how whenever they want to escape, whenever they're angry and they want to hear somebody talking about killing someone, they go listen to rap music. That's silly right there. So and that's what's promoted though. You know what I mean? Like you don't hear no more conscious music. You don't even hear R&B music like that no more. It's all about twerking, twerking, selling drugs, and killing pretty much. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
It really is. I can't even listen to modern day rap music because, all y'all really want to talk about is robbing niggas and killing niggas, and just like there's nothing really to learn from your music. What happened to the conscious rap? Because when rap came out back in my mom and my dad's generation, it was positive. They told stories, respect your women, and like Lauren Hill had tons of positive songs and stuff like that. What happened to that?
I'll tell you what happened to it. It doesn't exist anymore. And this was orchestrated many years ago. Like music went from she used to be my girl, stuff like that. They used to talk about treating their woman right, all types of stuff in the music about loving each other, about families, about staying together. Let's stay together. All of these
Yeah.
things. I love Al Green. I love the Isley Brothers. That music makes you feel good. It just makes you want to just be in your own little zone and
As
dance
Victor
and just
said.
right. All that stuff. And then it went from that, and then it slowly started changing in the 90s. The 90s still had some good music. We had LL Cool J with Boys to Men, Hey Lover, this is more than a crush. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
my
It was
Big
still that
Daddy.
good,
Yeah.
still good feeling music. We had Aaliyah, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the princess. Um, and then it slowly started getting into rap. So this was all orchestrated, y'all. If you check out man, I think it's y'all can check out Operation Mockingbird, check out the Kissinger report. It's a lot of things that the government orchestrated, and it's an attack against melanated people. So they infiltrated the music. They also infiltrated like all of the videos and stuff like that. Then it turned from that to, I told you they had a secret meeting, and people, if y'all try to go find the video, they've taken it down off YouTube. Because if I find it, I would play it. But they basically had a secret meeting with a bunch of these businessmen. And basically, what they said was they are going to implement something into the melanated music that's going to be so sinister. And they're banking on it to have people in jail. So what you see right now is basically has been going on for a number of years. They have been orchestrating this for many, many years, and it's worked because you know how they say art imitates life and life imitates art. Well, for some reason, melanated people are the only ones that acquiesce to the nonsense. I don't see the Asian people talking about killing each other in their music. I don't see the Middle Eastern talking about killing each other in their music. I don't even see Caucasians talking about killing each other in their music. I see no other ethnicity talking and parading in the antics but melanated beings. We have been targeted since birth. And we just got to tell ourselves, when do the antics stop? When do we say we're not going to support this? Stop giving our energy to the nonsense. Like when they come on camera, why are we even tuned in? We are more important than a whole bunch of debauchery and nonsense. If you got yourself in the situation, get yourself out. What do you want us to
Hmm.
do? Y'all the ones sitting there with millions of dollars. You have enough money to pay the attorneys to help fight your charges. You brag about it in your music. A lot of innocent people are behind jail and behind bars for something they have not even done. And do you think anybody's trying to help donate money to them? Who's trying to get them out of jail?
And not to mention their music has actually caused a lot of young black men to be also thrown in jail too, because the black men in the hood, little like teenage black young men, they look up to these rappers, Drake and like the Migos and all these other yeah, all these Negroes and stuff like that. And when they say like if you ain't like selling drugs or popping Molly or like robbing niggas and killing niggas, like you ain't no real man, they encourage these youth to go out and commit crimes that also puts them in jail. So
But
like rap music has definitely played a hand in the crime rate. Okay. It's like poison to the ears. Young people are like sponges. We soak everything up too though. So if you listen to songs about robbing niggas, drugging niggas, and killing niggas, guess what you gonna do? Guess what you gonna do? You gonna like run around with the mod squad and do some illegal things.
Absolutely right.
Right.
And like I used to listen to that stuff back in the day. I used to, oh my God, Project Pat 36, I was heavy on it. I used to sit at my desk at work, be like, I wish they would say something to me because that's the energy, the frequency that it gave me. Like I was just waiting for some conflict. You know what I'm saying? Energy and music is powerful, y'all. And they actually did a study on sound waves and frequencies. And I can actually show you a video on how that, the molecular
Yep.
structure, you saw it. Someone
Yep.
sent it to my Instagram page, how that plays such a major impact on our bodies that we're not even aware of it.
And you know what's funny? Because like you got rappers like Drake and all these other rappers that be talking crazy, right? But know damn well that's not how they are in real life.
At
You
all.
know what I'm saying? Like drill music and XXX, which I remember like I saw a lot that he did when he was talking about how the music frequencies and programming, how they do it in the studios and how they can make you do what they want. And I think that's one of the reasons why they got rid of him because he was really starting to spread too much knowledge and too much information on the crap that they was doing behind the scenes.
Shout out to XXX. That young guy was very awakened, very enlightened for his young youthful age, and I am just so, glad that people of, the younger generation have this knowledge, have this mindset, have this awakening because we are just coming into the knowledge. We are just, coming into the awakening. And some people don't want to wake up. They want to stay in that low vibrational frequency. They want to
Right.
see a whole bunch of violence. They want to see all this, arguing on YouTube, going back and forth with each other. Like for what?
Right,
We
because
we
it's
are
easier
not.
for them.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you could have said it's easier for them. It makes it just that's the easiest path, the easiest way to for them to deal with life. They can't deal with the harsh reality of the truth. Most people can't.
Most people don't want to handle the truth. They can't deal with the truth. That's why they stay high. That's why they stay drunk.
Yep.
That's why they're always distracting themselves. They got to go to the club. They got to go hang with their friends. They got to go do something, even if it's getting in trouble, committing an
Yep.
act of violence, a crime. They have to do something. You can ride down any major city. I don't care where you are in the United States. And guess who you're going to find? You're going to find the grungies and the stragglers on the street all times of day, all times of night. What are they doing? Nothing with their lives. They have lost hope. They're looking lost out here, y'all. They have lost hope.
Kids
And
don't even play outside no more, yo. That's crazy. Barely see kids out playing.
Because they're inside the house on their
Yep.
phones, texting, being on social media, posting pictures.
And it's crazy. And
posting
it's all of
pictures.
the kids that keep committing suicide on social media or over social media is crazy.
Social
You know,
media is a gift and a curse.
You ain't
Knowledge,
lied on that. That's facts.
knowledge seeker, were you going to say something?
well, I lost my train of thought. Oh, what I was just gonna say too, because like you were saying, you can go to like any part of the city, you'll see stragglers and people out just wasting time and doing nothing. And like that is the saddest part to me about all of this. So you can go to any black hood in America, and there's always young black melanated men like just sagging, like either rolling dice or like just standing outside a liquor store doing nothing, and they have so much potential. It's just
Mhm.
sickening to see this is where majority of our people think their lives should be. Like, yes, just like sit outside, like throw dice or sit by the liquor store and just do nothing. This is what it's come down to. That's sad.
Yeah, it's in
I'm not,
every major city.
I'm not even trying to sound superior though, because like the creator knows, like universe knows, I love my people because I am black myself. I am melanated black myself too. So it's sickening seeing it this way. And I know our people are smart, but we just can't like break away from this matrix to be like, I want something more. I can do more with the time the creator has given me.
Absolutely.
And
And
you know
then
what's
it's
crazy?
what's
Go
that?
ahead, man. I was gonna say, you know what's crazy is that as smart as most of us are, we always dumb ourselves down. So many people cool with dumbing themselves down. You know what I'm saying? Just to make themselves seem popular. It's like it's funny to me. I'm like, intelligence is beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. So the fact that so many of us are so intelligent and we always seem to dumb ourselves down just to try to be at a lower level to appease people is crazy.
Yeah, I think people do it because they want to be accepted. They want to fit in. They have to, dress like everybody, talk like everybody, look like everybody, act like everybody, hang with everybody. But y'all, that's why we are made, different, and we're divine in who we are. Like if the creator wanted us all alike, we would all be like robots, just alike. We would look alike. But I don't know, when it comes to melanated people, I think there is a sense of what is it like when you lack confidence in yourself. So a lot of people have to flock around in a big group when they have to be in a group of people because they want to be accepted. They don't want to stand out and be individualistic. Even if it means you standing by yourself for something, they'll fall for anything with the debauchery and the foolery and the nonsense, and like you said, dumbing themselves down. For what reason? So they can be accepted by a bunch of fools.
And well, I also think it comes from a point too, though, because when you're a melanated person and born into America, you already know that society doesn't even want to see you success, doesn't even want to see you with a house in the hill, with a wife and children, a picket fence that you loan to like have. And so you're all like, why even try to fight for like in a world that doesn't even love me or accept me for like my skin color and for me being myself. So it's like, hey, if I'm gonna be a stereotype, then fine. Then if they expect me to be um like a like low and good about trash, and I'll do that then because they don't want to see me succeed. So it's also a mixture like that because I've seen cases in my family where a lot of people admit like, yes, I learned to do this and like be a doctor or like want more for my life, but society already doesn't want me to won't want to see me succeed. They already don't like me, so what's the point?
Hmm. You make a good point with that. Like, what's wrong with melanated families that we can't have families? Why is it that we're supposed to always have broken families? Why is it abnormal to have a mother, a father, and children as a family unit? Why is it supposed to be normal that you have baby mamas and baby daddies and children all over the place? Why is that supposed to be normal for melanated people? And they look at you crazy because that's not what you want. And that's not what you have aspirations to become for yourself. Oh, you're supposed to have children just so that you can say you have a child. Why would you do that to yourself and there's no family unit? You're not helping your child. When you
because that because that's the life that people have that our culture has grown accustomed to. Because like I told people all the time too, the crack epidemic in the 90s, the 70s, and the 80s destroyed the black family. Okay, so like, and from that we have lots of families being made out of wedlock and multiple baby mamas and multiple baby daddies, and that became a custom from the 80s, the 90s, all the way to today. And so, like, it's hard to break that mold. Our people look at it as normal. Like, yes, it's cool having multiple baby mamas and multiple baby daddies because, like, my mother did it, her mother did it, his father did it. So, what's wrong with that?
Mhm. So how do we break that? Like, and they push that in the music too. They push that in the videos. They
Yep,
push it in the
they sure
movies.
do. It's crazy. Like you don't hear no other culture talking about, yeah, that's my baby mama, that's my baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they always seem to find a narrative that they want to push for our culture to popularize in our community, and then they push it until it becomes a thing, and we just allow it. You know what I'm saying? Like we just allow it. We won't do nothing about it. We don't stand up and fight back or have those discussions on a regular basis. It just becomes cool, which is bull.
I just don't understand how people be so weak minded. How come people don't stand for something and fall for anything? That's what I don't understand.
Well, this is probably a spiritual battle that we're fighting against them, because it all comes down to a mind thing, and we can't force people to do the right thing. This is probably a spiritual battle. The black man and the black woman, we have been mind raped since the time we were born into this world, seeing things from a European point of view. So of course we're gonna have some emotional, mental issues and stuff like that. So this is a spiritual battle than what we're fighting. Is it safe to say that?
Absolutely. It's a spiritual battle. It's a definitely a psychological battle and warfare. Number one is definitely psychological and spiritual. You know why? Because once you have the mind, then you have the body. Once you have the mind, the body will acquiesce. And that's what people don't even realize. They think we are out of slavery. We are still mentally enslaved. We are still in slavery, y'all. We are. People got to wake up. Like, we got to stop thinking of ourselves as less than what we are. We got to start thinking of ourselves as everything that we see outside of us. We are just as good. We People don't see themselves that way. That's why we treat each other as bad as we do. When people One thing I do say is that melanated people love to hate each other. They love to hate one another. Like, they'll get into an argument with one of their own and they ready to shoot and kill them. Let them get into an argument with a white person. They are not going to shoot and kill them on the spot like that.
We hate ourselves because I think unbeknownst or deep down inside, we wish we were born a different race. Because when I was a kid, I told my mom, like, and she cried when I told her this, like, I hated myself. I hated my face. I hated, like, my hair. I told her I wish I was mixed. I told her I wish I was white, or I wish I was, Mexican or Asian. I wanted to be anything but black. And I said to my mom, like, when I was a kid, I thought like this, and if I had grow up and get married and have children, I'm marrying with an Asian woman or a white woman, and I want to produce children that do not even look like me. I was thinking this at 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. I hated being black. So if I was feeling this way at a young age, imagine the mindset of all the other melanated people that are born into this world. So we hate what we see in the mirror. A lot of us hate. We anti-black. We anti all of this stuff.
Absolutely. And I remember they did a study. It was a test they did with young little melanated girls, and they had a brown skin doll baby, and then they had a white doll baby. And they told the little girls, now show me the doll that's ugly. And they all held up the brown skin doll. Then they said, show me the doll that's pretty. And the little girls all held up the white doll. So obviously, this is something that is subconsciously taught from birth. And like you said, King, we are living in a world that's orchestrated by the European. So we are already coming in here mentally oppressed, mentally told to hate ourselves. You know why we feel that way? Why people feel that way about themselves? Because all you see on commercials is white, 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 white. Remember when Cat Williams said, go through the history book and turn the pages. What do you see? White, 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 white. Everything has been whitewashed. All of our holidays, it's the white Santa Claus. Everything is white. Every president has been white except for Obama, who was half white. We are told that lighter is better, white is right. And every time they have melanated people, they demonize them in the media. Like when they had the trial, right? The trial of the century, OJ. It was the OJ Simpson trial. It was not the Nicole murder case or the Nicole Simpson trial. It was OJ Simpson's trial. And they did that because they portrayed him as a murderer and they darkened his picture, if y'all remember that trial. But
I do.
yeah. And you go to like other people's trials. It was the Trayvon Martin's trial. They never talked about the guy that murdered Trayvon. They never put his name in it. You see, they demonize the melanated male. They demonize the melanated female in the media. It doesn't make sense. Everything about us is negative. Devil's food cake, the black market. Everything that's black is wrong. Everything that's brown is not good. It's
And
a
just the and just
so
the whole term black, like when people think of the term black, it gives credence to something evil, wicked, and demonic, in contrast to what it means to be white or European, which is clean, unsoiled, and all the good stuff.
pure. Oh, you're telling a white lie. It's not as bad because it's just a white lie. But I thought the Bible says that all lies are wrong.
Oh, you preaching to the choir now.
And
Right.
then when they have the white sale, what is that about? The white sale, Labor Day, y'all. White sheets. You know, I got a poem. It's called White
White
Sheets. They're
collar
just white
crime,
sheets.
and if you think about that, when someone commits a white collar crime, which is fraud, embezzlement, and all this anything financial, which is to me more important and a bigger crime, it's mostly them, which is why they call it white collar. And they don't do that much time for it. They get to keep their money and everything. So they got everything set up exactly how they want.
When they talk about magic, it's bad if it's black magic, but guess what? Black magic is the magic that works. You know why? Because it came from black people. Okay. This is
Yep,
how a
white
lot of
magic is
people.
good though. If I
Mhm.
and as they do everything else, you know how it goes.
Yeah,
I
black magic is not as bad as people try to make it seem.
I know, because even in some origins, voodoo, like that's part of our culture, though. But like in some forms, though, voodoo is not even as wicked. Do your research about voodoo, though. Like we did it to like heal our bodies, connect to the earth, because Black people, we do come from the earth is our home, and so we did our little voodoo like little magic thing to connect to the earth that God, the Creator, has given us too, though. But then, of course, Europeans like to like make it seem like, oh, like chicken bones and all this satanic nonsense. Though that's wicked. But Harry Potter and wands and magic and mysticism, that's good stuff. That's the good stuff. Do not practice that African voodoo black magic crap nonsense though. Like Harry Potter, that's the good stuff. Witches and warlocks, that's the good stuff.
Right, absolutely. And don't even get me started because y'all know I showed on this channel how you got the Catholic priests bowing down to the Black Madonna and the Black Child. So they already know what's up. Why are you worshiping us on your pictures, on your pulpits, in secrecy? But to the world, you want to show us a white skinned Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll show you the picture, King. Yep. I'm telling y'all. Yep. This is what they do in secrecy. The Black Madonna and Child. And you're gonna see this. And so there are images of this. They're not going to show you this. What we're going to see is the Jesus that they gave us with the white skin. But they know they know the truth. They know more of the truth about us than we know about ourselves. I can tell you that because we don't like to study ourselves. We want to study drama. We want to study these celebrities, gossip, all the nonsense. I want to share my screen and show you this.
Oh, they know the truth. They went out their way to hide the truth from us.
Absolutely. Yeah, you about to see it. So, yeah, this is the Pope. And I want you to see how dark the skin complexion is. And then I want you to see he's in front of her. You see who's up there on the throne, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably difficult, but these people have dark skin that they are worshiping. You see that person right there? They have what color skin do they have? Skin like ours is brown, dark brown skin. This is him right here kneeling down to them. You see these two people? That's the woman, that's the child. He's a white man. He's Caucasian. He's kneeling to them. He's praying to this Black Madonna and child. They don't show us this image. What do they show us? They show us the white Jesus.
The white images
Mhm.
of the old patriarch saints.
Absolutely. But in secrecy, this is what they know. This is who they worship. They're never going to tell us. Right here it says Cathedral of the Black Madonna, the Druids and the Mysteries of Chartres. Look at this. So, like I said, what is it about us that we got to hate ourselves and hate each other when we are special and magical, y'all. They emulate us. We should not be emulating them. Okay? If this is the Pope and he's bowing down to that, why do we think it's okay to shoot each other, to antagonize one another, and to hate each other when he is worshiping us? You
I
got to think.
mean,
Mhm.
you too busy envying other people when they envy us the most. Okay, they envy us the most.
They envy us, and you know what it is? We are naturally born how we are. Y'all already know. I talk about it a lot. We just have naturalness all about us in the way we walk, the way we talk, with the rhythm, with the music. We just are us. It's embedded in our DNA. And one thing they don't like is they don't like for you to challenge them. They don't like for you to express who you are in your full capacity because they feel threatened. This is why they have to demonize the melanated male in the media, and they try to make every melanated male seem like a criminal when he's not. Innocent dudes walking down the street, they're trying to criminalize these dudes. They do the same thing to the woman.
Exactly, because whenever a young black man on the street gets shot by a white police officer, they always want to say, "What did the black guy do first, though?" What was thinking, what did he do first? Or did he jaywalk last week? Was he selling drugs? Did he skip school? What the heck does that have to do with anything? All right, you have people, the young white man who shot up that school in the late '90s in Columbine. People said he was a genius that just snapped. Y'all give him the benefit of the doubt, but y'all can give somebody like Trayvon Martin the benefit of the doubt. You see, is the is the world fair? Is everything not all colorblind? Like, come on, people.
Oh,
And
yeah.
think
As a
about
matter of
every
fact,
massacre, right?
go
Every
ahead.
massacre that somebody white does, the first thing they say is mental illness. They never say anything else. It's always mental illness. But you know how it is when it comes to us. They want to go back and pull records and say, oh, this dude was a thug or whatever, whatever, for every single incident that we're involved in. But we know how it is.
I mean, there are people in my family right now that got priors and can't even get sometimes a decent job because they sold a little cocaine back when they were 15, 16, and they keep it on your permanent record. And I'm like, why? He was 15, she was 16 when that happened. Y'all gonna hold that against them like nobody can make a mistake? We've all made mistakes though. They've repented, they're fine, but y'all won't let them get this high position in this job because they have sold some cocaine on the side and got arrested for it when they was 15, 16. Like, come on now.
I mean, look at this. These look like geeks. And they always try to make it seem like, oh, well, well, what happened to them when they were children? Oh, well, they were mentally ill. Like right here, Columbine shooting myths. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold were not trench coat mafia or outcasts, says the Washington Post. Well, what the hell were they?
Come on now.
Nonsense. And y'all don't be fooled by this trickery, because I really, back then, I was very, very young. Okay. And I was believing in the whole Columbine shooting. So I really didn't do my due diligence and my research back then. But now it's making me want to go and do my research, because I'm thinking about this whole Oklahoma situation, the whole Brooklyn situation, and the whole Texas situation. And I'm trying to understand, why are all these mass shootings taking place right here, right now, at around this time? And then all of a sudden, GUN rights are being threatened again. If you notice, they do this every few years. And what's his name? Trump warned us that this day was coming, and people didn't want to listen because they too focused on the racial divide about he's a racist. But he did tell the truth. They are trying to take away your rights. What are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to defend ourselves if we give up our GUN? Who's going to come help save us and protect us if they have all of our weaponry? You think we that stupid? Every animal, every living thing has a way to defend itself, and we're supposed to give up our rights?
Every Americans are morons at this point, though. 'Cause, like, I can see that coming from a mile away.
Right.
But good. I mean, like they can try with these laws to take away, weapons though. But like I've seen them videos of them Trump supporters in the South, in Alabama and Texas. They saying if Biden, if you want these, come and get them. Come and get them if you want them. Though they said they're just waiting for the day he passes that gun law or he passes that mandatory jab vaccine nonsense. Though they're like, if you want to come if you want to, come if you want to, if you want to get some, come.
Yeah, they said out in Texas, they already forewarned them. They said, come and take it. And y'all, you can look on the back of their license plates. The Caucasians are not playing. And when I tell you, they be in those gun stores because I see them. They be in there buying their girlfriends, handguns. They be in there buying rifles. And I'm not talking about no little bit of artillery. No, they getting heavy machinery. Them people be ready. Okay, so all these little 9mm and little 40s, y'all think y'all gonna do something? No, these people ready for war. Okay, that's what we need to be investing into. While people out here talking about Louis this, Gucci that, people who don't even like us, you trying to break the bank to wear their clothing, and they don't even care about you. You need to be trying to find a way to defend yourselves because when they start sneaking in your windows, coming through your doors, shout out to Anton Dodson.
I was going to say that.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Hide the kids, hide your wife. Calling your window, snatching your people up.
Yeah, they got their whole fort set up. Like they ready. They be training their kids,
Oh
you
no,
know,
they kids,
early.
boy, they can shoot targets from a mile away in some cases though. Like they kids got better aim than some adults.
Yep.
Exactly right, Workers G. Everything they are doing is getting us closer to martial law. Absolutely. And they're slowly doing it as we speak. It's just that people are being so tricked and fooled by the shenanigans of the news, the quote unquote CIA, that we're not really paying attention to what's really important. I'll say this again. We are more important than these celebrities because it's only a few of them. It's more of us than it is of them. They can't control us all. They cannot. So the only way to try to control us is through our minds. If you keep our minds occupied, they say the mind is a devil's playground, an idle mind. So if they can keep us occupied by way of the media, then we're not going to pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes. So shout out to you, Workers G. You're absolutely correct in that. And I'll tell you another thing. Let me stop. I tell you another no, but for real, like people really need to get serious about it because I really think they have something planned. I've been getting emails sent to me more frequently about this COVID situation. And I think that's about to amp back up. I think that we're about to go back on another lockdown from what I've heard. And so this time around, I think it's going to be a little bit more stricter than last time. I think last time was just a test go around. They tried to see how many people they could take out the first go around. This time they really gonna try to go heavy and hard with it. So the best thing y'all can do is just try to prepare yourselves. Stay ready, stay vigilant, and continue to be awakened. And don't fall for these false narratives out here. All these mass shootings. Some of this stuff might be true. Some of this stuff is orchestrated, and some of this stuff is staged. So we just got to be prepared, y'all. We really got to, stay abreast with the knowledge and not fall for the nonsense.
Cause then they say for one of the one that happened at the school, like the teacher left the door,
Mm-hmm.
like left the door lies open or something. So yeah, that's how the shooter got in.
The teacher left the door ajar. Yeah. He said we have a good food shortage as well. And that's another thing that has been planned. I've noticed for the past few months when you go in stores, a lot of things are missing off the shelves. They are orchestrating the food shortage because if they can't get it by making us all get the injection, then of course they're going to try to starve us out. because a lot of us have become dependent on the government. The moment that we allowed ourselves to be dependent on the government is the moment they had all the power over us. We depend on them for our food. We depend on them for a lot of things, for shelter. Some people depend on them for their money, for their jobs. So we remember when the government shut down that time and Trump was in office and he
Mm-hmm.
fed the whole NBA McDonald's cheeseburgers. He fed them cheeseburgers, y'all.
That fool.
Because they were on a what do you call it? They were on I can't think of the word when the government shuts down.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they was on when they had their shutdown, right? I
Yeah.
remember, like he had the whole the whole conference room. That's all it was McDonald's and I'm like all that money, and then don't get me started with Biden keeps sending millions and billions over to Ukraine. Like, well, y'all, what are they actually doing with that money? Where are they funneling that money through? What are they laundering that money through? You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
ain't
I'm
gonna bring
guessing,
up that part. Something sinister. Something ain't good. I can guarantee that.
and I guarantee a lot of that money is going into their pockets, so they probably putting that in like foreign accounts.
Trust and believe that whenever whenever a president gets into office, a quote unquote president, because I don't believe in presidents either. I think they're just appointed people to make us believe we have a leader, which we don't. But whenever they get into office, you all, they become billionaires. Go back through history. The Clintons went from what they were to billionaires. The Obamas went from what they were to billionaires. They all become billionaires when they get into office. Workers G said, I thought I was the only person seeing that LOL, but from my understanding, Trump was letting the elites know their plan was finally set. Notice he didn't eat none of it. Who wants to eat McDonald's cheeseburgers, y'all? Because first of all, McDonald's cheeseburgers are not even real cheeseburgers. Y'all know they be serving human meat, okay? And they took my video down that I talked about it when I was talking about how people are being served human meat and it's being put in McDonald's and a lot of these restaurants. People don't even know about that. They
Yeah.
took that whole video down. So I'm going to have to post that on my Patreon because they don't want the truth coming out.
That's the concept of the snake eating its own tail. They're killing us, then selling us right back to us. That's the concept of the snake eating its own tail.
It's disgusting. Yeah, people eating human body parts out here. A lot of people are being trafficked. It's all types of organ harvesting. Now you have energy harvesting with a lot of this stuff. They got our minds invested into it, our feelings, our emotions, our energy. We got to stop giving these people anything. Give them nothing, and they cannot survive without us, y'all. They can't survive without us. We got to stop feeding them our energy.
They demons. They just get off on doing this satanic crap. I
Yes.
can't with this. I can't with this.
Heavily demonic. And if you listen, DEMO, Democrats. Okay. I'm serious.
That's, mm.
Yeah, it's just like the red and the blue, right? So think about it. Excuse me, I was drinking the water. So you got the red and the blue. Okay, the red is the Republican. The blue is the Democrat, right? When you think of a gang, you got the Bloods and the Crips. It's the red and the blue. Who orchestrated all that? The government. But people never catch on.
Right.
They never catch on to it.
Both parties are satanic in origin, and both parties don't give a crap about you because we've had Republican presidents that screwed Black America over, and we've had Democrat presidents who screwed Black people over too. The full 8 years Obama was in office, the dropout rate, the police brutality rate, the um unemployment rate in the Black community was at its highest when Obama was in office. How is that possible when we have a quote unquote Black president and all this stuff was happening to us particularly?
Mm-hmm. Because we didn't really have a black president, y'all. Let me stop. No, I mean, he is half, but he's not full. And then again, you got to understand he is tied into the bloodline. So he's related to those people. He's related to the Bushes. He's related to the Clintons. All of them people are related by blood. So when it comes down to it, they're going to uphold for the elites. They don't care about us. And Workers G said the white man because he in the middle, just like the flag.
And I don't know if y'all noticed though, but like even petitions were made to see, to see Obama's birth certificate because nobody knew where the heck this nigga came from. So like people are like, where did this dude come from? Is he an American citizen? Can we see his birth certificate? And that's the thing too. This guy, no one knows really where he came from. So he's obviously a puppet.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you can't tell melanated people that because they're so emotional in their feelings.
They look at Obama as the Messiah.
Yes, they do. Speaking of Obama, I'm gonna show you something, and I hope they have not removed. And I don't even know if I can pull it up on here because a lot of the stuff got taken down. I was going to do a video on it 2 years ago, but they had scraped the internet. Y'all, Obama is not who we think he is. Okay.
You can go ahead and play that video right now. My sister, like, she really wants me to go to the car and bring the waters in because it's really hot out here
Okay.
in California. But I'll be right back though. But I'm coming right back.
All right. Let me try to find these videos, y'all. Cause excuse me, this is stuff they don't want us to see. Y'all remember Joan Rivers? She died because she spoke the truth. She said we already have a gay president. Okay. And everybody knows that Michelle is a man. Right after that, she died. They said that she had gotten surgery on her throat. But we know that was just a message for her that she should not have been talking. All right. Let's play that video, y'all. Let's play it. Oh, Solar Guy, are you still there? There you go.
Yeah.
And Workers G Walmart versus martial law. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that. All right, you got to echo. All right, let me share my screen. We're gonna see if we can find these videos. All right, y'all. Here's Joan Rivers. For those of y'all who don't, for those of you who don't remember, this was like back in 2005, 2006 when she made this statement, y'all. I think it was that long ago, if I recall. Then I could be wrong because Obama didn't get elected until 2008, so it was a while ago.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, there you go. So I'm about to play this video of Joan Rivers. Okay, here.
Oh, since she said Michelle Obama is a transgender. Oh, can I say that word? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to get you banned.
I should do very well because I don't jump.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first
woman
woman
president? We already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. She doesn't.
Play that again.
The first gay president or the first woman
We already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. She doesn't.
She
Now,
died
right-
not too soon after that.
She did. They said it was in surgery, you all. She was having a procedure done to her face. They said it was throat surgery. So that was a message they were sending for her making that statement. That's what that was.
Most definitely.
Now,
And
go ahead.
I did actually like drop back when I had my TikTok account where I had like almost like 500,000 followers before they deleted my account though. The video I posted that clip and it went viral though. Of course, we had some people saying like, of course, they always got to say a black woman in a position of power is, quote unquote, not the sex that they were born. But I even told them too, though, y'all, it's not even a black woman thing because Melania Trump, Donald Trump's wife, that is obviously a man in a drag. I mean, I don't know how they fooled us though. I can sniff a deceiver from a mile away, y'all. So yeah, Melania Trump, yeah, that is that is not a woman. That's not a woman.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yes, that's not a woman. And I investigated that character very thoroughly. The neck, the arms, the body structure, the kids that thing had is not its children. That is obviously a man in a drag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, if I find this footage, I will show y'all some other stuff that people probably are not aware of. But Michelle is probably a transgender because she had some things jiggling around in her pants. And there's no way that a woman grabs themselves and walks down the steps the way that I saw her do this. Okay. And I'm trying to find it because I got other accounts or whatever. But y'all keep talking because I want to try to
I
find
mean, that explains why Obama put so many laws in for the LGBT community because the nigga is, gay himself.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why. Hmm. See, at
He's
first I didn't
he's the
believe.
reason that a person could get 20 years to life for burning an LGBT flag.
Mm, 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 mm.
Wow.
And y'all didn't see. It was a clip. It was some clips. He slipped up and he said Michael and I. Then he corrected himself and he said Michelle and I. It's out there, y'all. I'm trying to find these videos.
I remember, like, I seen that clip about what 3, 4 years ago when I first got into this woke community and stuff like that. I was like, did this Negro just call his wife Michael? How you slip up and call your wife Michael? Michelle, Michael doesn't make sense.
He did it more than once. He said that more than once. And those children are not their children, y'all. Because if I can find all the stuff, here it is. Okay, here it is. All right, I'm about to oh boy. Yeah, I'm about to okay. Let me see if I can find it. It's President Obama speaks for gay civil rights. We know why he was speaking for gay civil rights. Let me see if I can pull it up. So his whole background was falsified. Okay. And this is this type of stuff they do to us. They have us believing in lies. And we have to stop it.
They put the devil's cousin right in front of us
Right.
and dressed him up and to make us think that he's one of us.
That's exactly right. I'm about to share my screen, y'all. But you're right, King. And I was one of the ones out there, I went to the rally. Oh, Obama for 4 years. I voted. I fell for it. I didn't know any better. But
I did too. I did too.
Look at this. Once you know better, you got to do better. Now, what is this man doing speaking up for LGBT communities? And he can't even speak up for us. Because first of all, I want y'all to look at him. This man does not look like, and I'm not trying to be funny, he does not look like a regular melanated man. He does not look like a regular black man, if you will. Look at his features, look at his eyebrows. He is something else. And I'm not trying to be funny, but just look at the structure of his face. And we have fallen victim to thinking that this man is one of us, and he is not. He's not.
I mean, the average black person walking on the street does not even look remotely like Obama. All right, his features, his nose, his ears, this is not a melanated being.
That's what I'm saying. Now I want you to look at who they say his daddy is. This is why I don't believe it. Okay. Let's look at who they say his daddy is. All right, Obama's father. And they even wrote books about this, y'all. This is why I say we cannot believe everything in the history books. Do y'all see these African people hovered around Obama? Can y'all see that?
I can see it. Didn't he
Okay.
claim his daddy is Nigerian?
Kenyan. He's supposed to
Kenyan.
be from Kenya. So look, this is right here supposed to be his half sister, y'all. This man does not
That's a
look
lie.
like those people. I don't care if he does have a white mother. The features are not the same. But this is the nonsense they play on the American people. And I'm going to blow this up because there is no way in the world.
Building your custom home is
That's right.
There
This is Up Your Feelings Friday.
it's F your feelings Friday, y'all. And if you don't like it, too bad. F your feelings, because this is not about your feelings. This is about the truth. This is supposed to be his half sister. Now, look at this. Let me blow this screen all the way up. You know, photos can be doctored. Okay.
Oh, it's super easy to Photoshop photos. Just get you one of those good apps. It's super easy to like make up images.
Now, how in the world is he from Kenya, y'all? Listen to this.
Had a certain way of seeing myself, an idea of who I wanted to be, the kind of life I wanted to live.
Alma wanted a different future for herself than the one expected of her. I am so fascinated by how you grew up being the only girl in your family among all these brothers.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. I'm not. Like, y'all can stop with the orchestrated show. We all know that he did not come from no Kenya. Look at him. That man does not look like these people. And even if he has a white mother, there is no way their bone structure is not even the same. It's just not.
Because the African DNA, the black DNA is strong. It will show out more. He doesn't look nothing like them. Nothing like them.
This is crazy. And I cannot believe that people fell for this because I didn't really pay attention. But now that I'm looking back on it and I know that we've been tricked and fooled, look at this. Where's his father? I think they're trying to show a picture. Oh my God. He's probably been placed in the pictures, y'all. I don't think he was in those photos. I don't believe it.
Hollywood shenanigans. This is a movie script.
F your feelings Friday. Look at this.
Oh, that photo look Photoshop. That is
It's
Photoshop.
Photoshop. Yep. It's Photoshop. Ain't no way he was just chilling with the Kenyans back in the day like this. It's
And
not
he has
true.
regular clothes than all of them. Where did he get those nice clothes from?
Why is he dressed like that and they're dressed like that? Exactly.
That look like Photoshop. Let me stop.
Now that's supposed to be his mama and daddy, y'all. Does he look anything like these two people?
No. No.
Blow this up.
Why a lot of these photos look like Photoshop though?
It just doesn't. I mean, like, where did she come from with her pale self?
I know. What is a white woman doing in Kenya?
That's what I want to know. And I had the audacity to freaking buy the Obama book. Who is this? Who is this man? Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. The lies they tell us. The lies they tell us.
I get my water and hydrate to this.
I guess these are his grandparents. Now, I want you to notice something here. And I'm going to pull this picture up because I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. Somebody placed a little bug in my ear. Okay. Now I want to see, do y'all see a resemblance? Okay. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Do they kind of remind you of each other?
Obama and his father?
This is Malcolm X.
Oh. That's Malcolm X?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God. So this is bringing me, because I have a YouTube channel and I do talk about sometimes people playing different roles in Hollywood and stuff like that. So is you going down this rabbit hole right now?
I'm not even saying that they're playing different roles. I'm saying that speculation was that this person could potentially be this person's son. Because speculation is that the white Caucasian woman had an affair with this person, producing a child who would later come to be known as the first black president of the United States.
Oh my God.
I want you to
So
look at the
half brother?
complexion and look at the hair color.
I
Now,
I could have sworn that was Obama.
to me, they share more features than that Kenyan dude. When I look at these pictures, they look more alike than that Kenyan father. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take a picture of Malcolm X's daughter and see was there a resemblance to Obama and compare the two. Because they do have similar mannerisms. I remember that Malcolm X was very articulate and well spoken, much like Obama. Similar mannerisms and gestures, similar height, similar hair color, similar complexion, you know? So I just thought that was interesting.
No, you could be on to something. You could be on to something.
Why would they try to make us and force us to believe that this man was from Kenya, of all places, when he looks nothing like the Kenyans? Nothing at all.
They know how stupid we are, and we'll just believe anything.
And I mean, it's possible that the white woman could be his mother. We don't know because they lie so much. But when you really look at him, he puts me in mind of this guy right here. And they continue to show us that this man is his this man is his father. That's who they want us to believe, that this is the father for Barack Obama, which that's not his real name. His name is Barry Soetoro. And I'll show you that in a second. Let me stop sharing I'll show you. I'll put it in. So when I put in Barry Soetoro, Barack Obama is going to come up. His picture should come up somewhere. Let's see. Let's see, where can we find it? They scrub the internet a lot. So, matter of fact, if I YouTube it, let's see if I YouTube it, if I can find it, I'll show you.
I know they taking so much stuff
Yeah,
off the up.
they take a lot of stuff down. Yeah, people don't want to, they don't want to hear the truth about it because they like to believe in these false idols, y'all. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen again and I'm going to show you. Did we lose Solar God?
I think he got disconnected. He'll probably come back in.
Okay, so here we go. All right, now you see right here, I typed in Barry Soetoro. Who comes up? It says his name is really Barry Soetoro. This was posted 7 years ago. So says Barack Obama. Judge Joe Brown exposes Barry Hussein Obama as Barry Soetoro. Now there's a guy, and I want you to see that there was a guy that he was let me see, he was his childhood friend, and you're gonna know that this was all made up. Let me see here. It was falsified.
Let's go down that rabbit hole.
We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. Maybe it's not Barry. Maybe they I'm gonna say Barack.
They probably already took it down.
Barack Obama's childhood friend. It says he had an Indonesian childhood. So Barack could be part Indonesian from how he looks. Now it says, where is this childhood friend of his? That's supposed to be his sister, y'all. How come we never see his sister? Here's an old friend of his. Where's the guy? I want you to see the guy. Because when you see the guy, you're going to know it was all made up and it's fake. And it's probably on my other account. Because they do a real good job at hiding the truth, y'all. Let's see.
Is that it?
That's not it, but I'm going to let it play for right now until I find it, y'all. I'm going to let this play until I find it. Let's see.
Childhood would be complete without a visit to the central Jakarta neighborhood of Menteng.
That's my little brother, a friend of Obama.
So did you know Obama?
Of course, I used to live over there, and Mr. Obama used to come and play here. That's why the residents here are so proud. The President of America lived here.
A former classmate takes us to the street where Obama used to live. He was known then as Barry.
Yeah, this is
Okay, you heard them say he was known as Barry. So they changed his name. Okay, so his name is not Barack, it's Barry.
where Barry.
This is why Trump was saying pull up your birth records, because Trump knew back then that he is not even a native citizen. And you all know that they told us in school that in order to be elected into presidency, you have to be a U.S. citizen, which he was not. Okay, that's a very major thing. They pulled the wool over the entire nation's eyes by electing into office somebody that is not even supposed to be the president.
Basically a terrorist. That's basically a terrorist in office then. If you ain't from this country, you're untrustworthy. That makes you a terrorist.
Imagine how dangerous that is when you elect someone into office and place them in front of the public and they are not even native to this land. They are basically a foreigner, an immigrant that is not a U.S. citizen. So really the people should be holding them accountable for this debauchery by putting the nation in danger, you all. This is, what do you call it?
Treason?
It's
No, it's not
not
treason.
treason, but it's like it's a national security risk.
Wow, they mocked the masses. They really did mock the masses with this one.
Yes, they did. Yes, and it gets worse. It
Over
gets
there in the
worse.
corner, at the end of the hall, there was always a monkey and baby crocodiles in a basin.
Students today.
All right, so now I'm going to pull up a video that talks about his birth certificate, okay? So let me pull that up. Because this guy is going to basically let you know that his birth certificate was not real. Battle.
I remember that. There was a petition to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I actually was like standing feet away from Barack Obama when I went to the rally, and I tried to get a picture, and the security person, the Secret Service agent, like he touched my camera and kept moving it out the way. I guess because a camera can actually be a gun or something, so I could not snap a picture of him. But I was just standing feet away from him. Battle over Obama's birth certificate continues. He's
Wow,
already.
that was very telling.
Huh?
That was very telling that they just like snatched your camera real quick.
Yeah, he did it twice. And so I got the point when he did it again. I was like, I'm not going to try to get another picture. But yeah, I was there. I was at the
What is a woman?
What do you
Can you
mean?
tell me that?
What do you mean? What is a woman? Come on, this is just dumb.
That propaganda.
All right, y'all. Let's get to it.
Really saying the president himself was involved?
Well, they're not going that far, Katie, saying they don't really know who was behind this alleged act, but the sheriff and his investigators made it very clear today that they believe President Obama's birth certificate is a fraud.
We suspect it is a fraudulent document.
We believe the document has been tampered with, so much so that the only way to get it to do what it does is with blatant human intervention.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio and his cold case posse investigator Mike Zullo claim their evidence starts with the numbers you see at the top right.
This has plagued people for a long time to get to the answer of this number.
Zullo claims that batch number is chronologically inconsistent compared to others born around the same time, and another set of numbers involving his father's race and employment are not properly marked.
It's time for this charade to stop. You couldn't bring it into a courtroom and convince a judge that it's authentic.
But it doesn't end there for this investigation. Listen to this allegation involving Obama's childhood.
As a matter of fact, we're getting information now that a lot of the photographs that we've been seeing have been digitally altered.
And some
So there you have that. Now on to Exhibit E.
Oh, here we go.
So Trump was telling the truth. He knew what we didn't know. Okay. And I was just like, oh no, you know, they're hating on Obama because he's a black man and he doesn't want him to be president. No, that's not what that was, y'all. Okay. Now I'm about to show you something else. So let me see.
Straight mockery. Just straight mockery.
Yeah. Let's see if it'll come up. Straight mockery, right?
They do the same thing with celebrities in Hollywood too, though. Because when I be looking these people up, sometimes it be saying that they was born in 1987, then and other days they be saying they was born in 1985. I'm like, oh, so y'all just switching people's birth dates now?
Right? Okay. Now, you tell me what type of woman walks around like this. What type of woman? F your feelings Friday. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Jeremy speaking. Before we depart, no packages are stowed in their proper compartments.
Did she just do what I think she just did?
Yes.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first game for?
Why is she coming down the steps grabbing herself like that?
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Looks like First Lady is packing some heat.
The United States will see the first gay president. Jeremy speaking.
Sorry, what were you saying?
And now I'm saying it looks like the First Lady is packing some heat.
Okay. Now watch this. Okay. And you want to tell me that we don't know what we're talking about? All right. Now they have tried to scrub the internet for these videos, but luckily, let me see here. I was able to find and recover some of this stuff. All right, let's see if it'll come up. It's real hard to find. All right, I'm going to share my screen, and I want you to pay attention to the pants that she's wearing and what's going on inside of her pants.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, here we go. This was when she was on Ellen. And okay, here we go.
Oh, I remember this. They danced to the Uptown Funk song.
Yes, I think so.
I seen this years ago.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
Transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh. Most of all, and Lamar,
much. Your son Jack was deployed today.
Man, when I first heard about this, I was like, I don't know, man. This conspiracy thing about Michelle. Then when I
What the?
BuzzFeed clip, BuzzFeed, a left-wing website, left-wing, from the Ellen Show, a left-wing show. And they had it, and it was like nobody was saying anything about it. So I was like, I got it. Although I think there's a few videos about it. Now that he's out of office, you know, I don't have to worry about getting Steve Bridges Breitbarted or whatever you call it. So there it is, man. You know, it shows the definition and everything.
Now, I don't know where they got that footage from, but I do remember the one from the Ellen Show. I remember that. I definitely remember that. Now, I'm going to show you something else. You want to know who the children are, who the parents are for the children? I'm going to show you.
I was gonna bring that up too, because if Michelle is a deceiver, then whose children are those?
Okay, you about to find out. So those children come from a nice family of doctors. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that they have been compensated for their children to be used as the family of, you know, the president's family of Michelle and Obama. Because, you know, they didn't have these children, and that's why they don't look alike. So this right here is the mother. And if you pay attention to a lot of the press runs that they used to do, this woman used to go on vacation with them, with the children. Her name is Anita Blanchard. Now look, I want you to see where she's from. University of Chicago. Who else is from Chicago? Michelle Obama. We heard that Barack also was in Chicago. So they have ties, okay? Now look at her and look at her. Who do these children look more like? I don't know who her mother is, but look at her and look at her. She does not look like him. She does not look like her. But yet they put them all together. Even her complexion is not the same.
They could have tried a little harder with this one. They didn't even try hard.
Now I'm trying to see if it shows any, because like you can see like in older video clips, she is actually seen in videos with the Obamas and the girls vacationing together. Let me see if we can find it. I don't know if we're going to see them in the clips or not. Let's see. I'll pull this up and just see if they show it. But yeah, you just got to like keep going through a bunch of videos on YouTube and this stuff. You'll find it eventually, but they have scrubbed the internet a lot.
Have to keep searching.
Yeah. So let's see who gets off the plane. So it's just them. That's that same dress that she had on that they were showing us. Remember that dress?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. Wow. Let me see if I can blow this up. We have been tricked. That's why she's so tall. And all this time, I just thought she was a tall woman.
They played us all.
Yeah.
I fell for it too. I fell for it.
I fell for it too. You are not alone. Trust me. The whole
My parents voted for him on both terms. Both terms.
We didn't know. They played on us. They played on our emotions. You know, they played on our feelings. You know, the fact that we thought we were getting the first black president, we didn't know any better. There was one more clip I wanted to show you too, before I get off of this whole topic. But yeah, it's a madness going on, y'all. So, what are your thoughts, knowledge seeker?
We have to do better. Just because somebody looks like us, quote unquote, looks like us, does not mean we should just automatically trust them.
Basically, and
Because
that's
they're doing the same thing right now with Kamala Harris.
I forgot all about her. I don't even see. That's why I just stopped with all of it, because it's a whole bunch of lies. Let's see. Rock and Michelle Obama's only interview 2008. Everybody was falling for this. Oh, look at the family with Sasha.
White America was on board with it too.
Yeah, well, Joan Rivers knew. So what I'm saying is the quote unquote elite and celebrities know about this stuff. We don't know because we've been tricked. They play on us. It's a thing called Operation Mockingbird, where they use the CIA and they use news and the media against us, unbeknownst to the people. We're being lied to, and they take our tax dollars to lie to us, and nobody says anything about this. Well, we can look at each other and claim that we are each other's enemies.
Wow. And Joan Rivers verbally said it's obvious. She casually like, it's obvious. Like, y'all should see it.
She said, we all know. Everybody, we all know it. Like, the only people that didn't know it were us. Look, you remember when who is this? Malia? I thought they were so cute.
I remember this video. I watched it in elementary school.
Makeshift families. And that's a man in the kitchen cooking. Who would have known? Now I'm going to play this because I want y'all to hear it. And I want you to see how nervous they seemed and how controlled this interview was for a reason. And it says this is the one and only interview with Sasha and Malia. Why? Because those children don't belong to them. They got to be careful with children because, you know, they'll slip up and say something.
The way we didn't even know that the kids were going to be joining. It all went down on the campaign trail.
Oh, this was all orchestrated, y'all, for us to be like, oh, look at the family.
4th of July, 2008.
Hi, Maria. So nice to meet you.
Thank you.
All right.
Please up quiet, everybody.
Whenever you guys are ready.
Cell phones on vibrate.
What are we supposed to talk about?
Whatever you like.
Have we started?
It was Malia's 10th birthday. Sister Sasha was 7 during Obama's 2008 presidential campaign stop.
Hold on one second. Just a second. So I'm going to put up my little thing here. Like it was going to matter.
Up in Butte, Montana, the entire family sat down for the only interview they've ever done together with then Access reporter Maria Menounos.
What do we usually do for your birthday that we're going to do next weekend, but not this weekend?
Birthday party.
So we usually march in a parade somewhere, and then it's a birthday extravaganza.
In my house.
Yep.
Sleepovers.
So now it's somewhat rare to have you guys.
Now, he said, girls in my house, sleepovers. Just pay attention to the language that's being used.
All in one place at the same time. How do you guys maximize your time when you're together? You know, we incorporate a lot of fun. We're in this wonderful old mining town, and the girls.
They're so picture perfect. They're so picture perfect. So listen, we just incorporate a lot of fun.
Are having fun running around. So, you know, we're usually doing picnics and fairs and ice cream parlors and things.
No, they're not. They're tricking the people. She's going around grabbing herself. That's what she's doing.
That are fun for the kids and obviously fun for us. It's a lot more fun than listening to Daddy talk.
Look at Malia's I think that's Malia right there, and that's Sasha. Yeah, look at Malia.
Basically cut out
They look uncomfortable still.
She looks very uncomfortable. That's what I'm getting at. Look at her body language. She's been coaxed. She's been, told to pretend that this is her family, you all.
They
This one
groom
is
these
younger.
children for them.
Yeah. Now she's younger, so she's probably just going along with it. They probably told her, "Oh, you're going to be in a video. So just go along and play with your actor daddy. You're playing as the president's daughter." She probably knows what's going on. Her parents have sold them to these two people to play like these are the daughters. You know what I'm saying? The parents have been paid off. They've paid a handsome salary to use these girls as their daughters.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
What can I do?
So now, with you two being on the trail and trying to keep, the family together, the relationship together, how?
Again, look at her. This was 2008. Remember, this is when he just had got elected. So they had this family put together. I just showed you the real mother of Sasha. So look at Sasha's complexion. Look at her hair. This is not their child. Now, I did think that she looked like her because she's kind of tall, and I was looking at the eyebrows. That's not their child because this is obviously either a hermaphrodite or a transgender or something to that effect. He's obviously GAY, so these are not their children.
How do you talk on a daily basis? I mean, are you communicating via cell phone every day? How many times a day?
We are calling each other.
And again, look at her face.
No, I noticed when Obama looks to the side, he's reading the script. He's reading a script somewhere.
Down, he's looking down at something.
Yes, there has to be a script or something there because he forgot his lines.
This was a very awkward video the first time I saw it. And the first time I saw this was probably like a year ago. And I was looking and paying attention. I was like, this is awkward.
At least once a day. I'm usually the one on the road, so I'm calling home.
You guys are on buses surrounded by people, and from what I've read, you don't have a separate area for yourself. You're with everyone. You're constantly.
Don't think that she's not a part of it too. They will only give certain quote unquote journalists a chance to interview them because she's a part of the script too. So when you think that journalism is unbiased, it's not true. I was on the newspaper in high school. I was on the journalism department, and journalism is supposed to be unbiased. But these people, they only let certain journalists get ahead on certain networks because they orchestrate the narrative of the news, you all. So she's a part of it too.
And is it normal for a president to be interviewed by Hollywood Access? Is that normal?
So you see, they are still playing on the heartstrings of the people because right now all melanated people are happy and excited. They felt like they've overcome Martin Luther King. We got a black president. You had people crying over this. You had Caucasian people crying in tears, happiness and joy because they felt the pain of melanated people, and they felt like melanated people finally had a chance to have a black president. So, of course, they're going to sensationalize it on every platform possible. Because, look, we're being tricked. All of us are in our emotions at this point in time. So, of course, they're going to capitalize off of it.
Intimate moment with her. I don't know, even just venting about something without everyone knowing. Do you guys have secret codes where
we have secret names?
You do.
Listen to what she said. She spoke up. She said, we have secret names. Now, that is the innocence of a child, you all. They speak out of turn and they speak out of truth.
Without everyone knowing. Do you guys have secret codes where
we have secret names?
You did.
She said, we have secret names. Remember, I told you, Barack Obama is not his name. His name is Barry Soetoro. We heard that Michelle is not this person's name. It's Michael. So Sasha is probably not her name. And Malia is probably not her name. Listen to that again. The girl is telling y'all the truth.
Everyone
secret
knows
names.
Secret codes where
we have secret names.
You do?
Do we? Don't tell the secret names.
Don't tell us the secret names.
There's no daddy. I don't know what they are.
He tried to play that off. This is why you see where it says this was the first and only interview with Sasha and Malia. That's why. Because they almost blew their cover.
You do?
Do we?
Don't tell us the secret names.
Don't tell
Daddy, I don't know what they are.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, we have our, alone time.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. I just
Well, that opened up my eyes even more. And even now, their quote unquote daughters still are not in the media, still are not even saying stuff or like don't do interviews. And that's pretty shocking, to be honest.
well, they are millionaires now, the Sasha and Malia. They're not going to say anything. They've been paid off. They are a part of the elite now. Yeah. They don't have to work ever again. And they're always protected by Secret Service for the rest of their lives once they become president and the family of the president. That's how it goes. This is what our tax dollars pay for, I guess. As
Exactly.
Americans, this is what we go through. Now, you know what else I found very interesting? That years before Barack Obama became president, there was a Caucasian man that spoke out against him, and nobody paid attention to him. Nobody listened to him. And that man ended up dead.
Wow. When was this? Like 3 years before he got into office?
I found this out in 2016, and I'm going to see if I can find that video because I think it was still up. If I can find it, I'll definitely play it for you. But he basically was telling how he knew Barack Obama before Barack became the president, and how Barack Obama was on snorting or smoking crack, cocaine. Okay. And not only that, but he had engaged in sexual activities with Barack Obama. And he did present this to the public. And somehow all this information was suppressed unbeknownst to me. I don't know how we missed that. And I'm trying to see if I can find that video.
Oh my God. So he's a homosexual and a meth head. Wow. What a mix. What a mix.
Oh, goodness. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen, okay? F your feelings Friday. This is not about y'all feelings. This is about the truth. So, you know what I'm saying? This is F your feelings Friday. We going in today. But yeah, this is the guy right here. This is him. I saw this back in 2016. Of course, Barack had already made it into presidency by then. But how did we miss this, you all? And actually, let's see. This was posted May 2018. They suppressed this. They suppressed the media.
Good afternoon. My name is Montgomery Blair Sibley. I'm the attorney for Larry Sinclair. And I just want to give you an overview of how we're going to proceed this afternoon. First, the National Press Club rents space. They do not condone or endorse the views of the people who rent the space. And we've been overwhelmed with people criticizing the National Press Club, and we just want to make it clear, Larry is here because he rented this room, and as a result, he's allowed to get up and say what he wants to say. The National Press Club has nothing to do with that. Mr. Sinclair is going to make a brief statement.
Notice how they tried to disassociate themselves with this man because they knew the claims that he was going to make could have cost him his life. And he's no longer here, y'all.
You will be provided copies of that statement once he's done. And after that statement, you will entertain any reasonable questions.
All right.
Mr. Sinclair, the microphone is yours. Good afternoon. First thing I'd like to do is thank a very personal thank you to Reverend Pastor James David Manning for showing up, for his support. Thank you so much for being here. It means a great deal. Good afternoon. My name is Larry Sinclair. I'm a former recreational drug user, drug trafficker, and I'm a convicted felon for crimes of forgery, bad checks, and theft by check. But I'm also an American citizen. I love this country, and I cannot stay silent regarding Barack Obama, knowing what I know. Today I will discharge my obligation as a citizen to witness this knowledge to you and raise questions for others to investigate and consider. I'm going to briefly describe my background and experiences with Senator Obama. In 1999, what appears to me to be a coordinated effort to discredit me, and finally a list of questions. After this brief statement, I will take and try to answer any reasonable questions. Please understand, I will respect your questions and try to answer them. I will not be disrespected, nor will you. My background. I'm 46 years old and I currently reside in Duluth, Minnesota. I am a U.S. citizen. I've made mistakes in my lifetime. I have been convicted and served prison sentences for writing bad checks, forging checks, using stolen credit card numbers in Arizona, Florida, and Colorado. These events occurred over 20 years ago, between 1980 and 1986. After going public on the internet with these claims against Senator Obama, earlier this year I became aware of a warrant out of Florida, dated from 1986, which I have resolved, and it has now been dismissed. I also have an active Colorado-only warrant for alleged theft and forgery. I am not ignoring this warrant, but am addressing it with the court in Colorado as well as with the district attorney's office. I have a pending motion to dismiss this warrant, which I am waiting to have calendared by the Colorado court. I have lived and worked under 3 different legal names. My birth name is Lawrence Wayne Sinclair. Later on, I had my name legally changed first to Larai A. Silvas and later to Larai Vizcarra Avila. Both name changes were conducted legally in the Pinal County Superior Court, Florence, Arizona. I legally returned to my birth name in the Fremont County District Court, Canyon City, Colorado in the year 1997. In regards to the Obama incident, I flew out of Colorado Springs, Colorado to Chicago on November 2nd, 1999, arriving in O'Hare early in the morning of November 3rd. I went to the Chicago area to attend the graduation of my godson, my best friend's son, from basic training from the Great Lakes Navy Training Facility. I made reservations at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Gurnee, Illinois, based solely on the location to the training center. On November 5th, 1999, I hired the services of 5-Star Limousine. Excuse me. I had hired them both for November 5th and November 6th of 1999. On November 6, 1999, I asked the limo driver, whose name I now reveal for the first time, Jair Aranit Mutani, if he knew anyone who would like to socialize and show me Chicago. One note, there's a typo in the statement that you will get at the end of the statement. We will put an updated and corrected version on a website that you will also be given access to, as far as the name is concerned. Mr. Mutani understood that I was looking for someone who knew Chicago and would enjoy socializing. Mr. Mutani said he knew someone who was a friend of his. On November 6, 1999, after picking me up at the hotel in Gurnee, and this is significant, Mr. Mutani used his cell phone to make a call. That call was made to then Illinois State Senator Barack Obama to set up an introduction between myself and Senator Obama. Upon arriving at the bar and exiting the limo, Senator Obama was standing next to Mr. Mutani, and I was introduced to Senator Obama by name. Later that evening in a bar which I believe was called Alibis, and I state believe because I have failed so far to get Citigroup to provide the credit card receipts that has the actual name. I mentioned I could use a line or two to wake up. Senator Obama asked me if I was referring to coke, and I stated I was. After stating I was, Obama stated he could purchase cocaine for me and then made a telephone call. This too is significant, from a cell phone to a presently unknown individual, during which Senator Obama arranged the cocaine purchase. Senator Obama and I then departed the bar in my limousine and proceeded to an unknown location where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine. After which I had the driver take me to my hotel, Comfort Suites, Gurney, Illinois. The following day, November 7th, 1999, Senator Obama appeared at my hotel room, unannounced, uninvited, where we again ingested cocaine and I again performed fellatio on Senator Obama. Significantly, both the driver's telephone call to Senator Obama and his call to the drug dealer should appear on the driver's and Senator Obama's cell phone billing statements. In the fall of 2007, September 2007, I contacted the presidential campaign of Barack Obama to request solely that Senator Obama publicly correct his stated drug use record to reflect his use of crack cocaine with me in November of 1999. When I made the first contact, I left with the presidential campaign of Senator Obama a telephone number for the campaign to return my call. The first number I provided was a Texas cell phone number. From the period of Labor Day weekend 2007 through November 18th of 2007, I did provide a total of 4 different callback numbers to the Obama campaign. As I had moved and I had changed the numbers to reflect locally my place of residence at the time. In late September to early October, excuse me, I lost my place here. In late September to early October 2007, I received a call from a male who identified himself as a Mr. Young, stating he was calling in regards to calls I had made to the Obama campaign. This first call was in fact an attempt by Mr. Young to obtain from me the identities of anyone I had contacted concerning my 1999 allegations against Senator Obama. This first call shocked me in that this Mr. Young asked me why I had, why I had never mentioned to the campaign.
This is hard information he given.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty shocking if you've never heard it before, but I heard this in 2016. And of course, this was way after Obama had become elected into the presidency. And I'm just going to show you one last thing to show you how they play around with us.
That took guts to do what he had to do. He said he performed fellatio on the president. Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to look him up because I'm pretty sure he's not here anymore.
Oh, he dead. He dead. Or they got him underground somewhere, torturing him.
It's so sad. Now,
what did you think of him when
this is allegedly Obama's friend from 5th grade? Okay, and they want us to believe this nonsense.
you first met him, and did you ever think you'd see him running for president?
Well, to be honest with you, I never thought anybody I knew would be running for president. But Barry Obama, I actually knew his name was Barack Obama when we were children in 5th grade.
Now, I want you to notice we caught them in a lie. On the other video in Indonesia, the people said they knew him as Barry, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy just said, oh, I actually knew him as Barack Obama. I want to ask people, if you remember going back to the 5th grade, did you call your friend by their first and last name? Or did you say, oh, I remember Latasha from 4th grade? Or I remember Danny from 5th grade? Do you say, I remember Danny Jenkins from 5th grade? I actually remember that was his name.
No, people always say, I remember Sarah from 3rd grade, or I remember Nicole from 5th grade. We don't say the full names of our friend from elementary school or high school. That's just common sense.
Well, to be honest with you, I never thought anybody I knew would be running for president. But Barry Obama, I actually knew his name was Barack Obama.
That was staged and that was orchestrated. So they had to cover up the lies that probably they knew were going to come out. So they put up this false narrative with this guy right here to cover up the Barry and the Barack situation. Y'all, this is messed up. Along with this fake birth certificate.
I knew his name was Barack Obama when we were children in 5th grade. He was always kind of special. He was from Indonesia.
So do you remember your classmates were from Indonesia? Do you remember that?
No. Who would
So
remember something like that?
crisis actors.
He was always kind of special. He was from Indonesia the previous year, but his mother was from Kansas, and his father was actually from Kenya. And in 5th grade,
Who would know this about their 5th grade classmate? Like, I'm going to know my classmates, where they're from and where their parents are from in 5th grade and remember the first and last name. Who has all this background and research on their classmate in 5th grade?
Crisis actor. Nobody does this. Nobody does this.
Nobody would be like, oh yeah, his father was from Kenya and his mother was from Kenya. Nobody's going to do that.
Even if somebody get mentioned something like that, you're not going to remember that 15, 16 years later down the line.
No, you're not. Absolutely not.
From Indonesia the previous year.
The most we would say is, oh yeah, I remember her. She was Philippine. We would say that. Or yeah, they were Asian. Or yeah, I think he was Chinese. Or he was Puerto Rican. But never, oh, the parent was from Germany and they were from Tanzania. Nobody says this.
But his mother was from Kansas, and his father was actually from Kenya. And in 5th grade, his father traveled all the way from Kenya to Hawaii to visit Barack for about a month. And he actually visited our 5th grade class and told us about Africa, and especially growing up.
I can't with the antics. So this man randomly comes from Africa to visit their 5th grade class to tell them about Kenya. And he remembers all of that.
Straight mockery, mocking the people.
God.
Faking the masses.
And you used to play basketball almost every day with Barack.
Right.
Does this dude look like he could play basketball? I'm just going to ask the question now. Does he look like he was even the athletic type when they had gym class?
Oh, I can't see the screen, though.
Oh, you can't see the screen?
Yeah, I can't see the screen.
Oh, did I share? Hold on.
You turned the audio the whole time. I just assumed you were going to just play the audio.
My
because
apologies. Let me share the screen. Sorry about that. I thought you could see him. Hold on. Oh, we got comments. Sorry, y'all. I didn't even know we had comments. Let's get through this video real quickly. This is him. Now, please tell me, does he look like he played basketball with Barack Obama in 5th grade? What's up, 8 with the 24? You've been in the chat. I didn't even know you were here. You said, what the F? I am so late. All of them MFs be sniffing the rich man's drug. Obama has a boyfriend too. Or boy toy, Michael Obama is his husband. It says because Obama is related to Bush and the family Bush is a part of the 13 families he's gone. I know, we were talking about that earlier, 8. First name or nickname. Exactly. DMX said that's not Obama's real name. I'm trying to think if I knew anybody from there. That's that BS. Right. Yep, exactly right, 8. I'm telling you, ain't no way he was playing no basketball.
Indonesia was a much better soccer player and tennis player coming back into the United States. But then we all started playing basketball because there was a basketball playground right next to our building. And in fact, there are basketball playgrounds all over our campus. So we used to play during recess, at lunch, after school, even during the weekends.
And he was pretty mean on the basketball court, I understand.
He was mean but fair. We were all just kids enjoying it in a game, pretending that we were all NBA professional basketball players. And we just had a lot.
He was not a part of that. And I just have to say that, y'all. Look at him. He was not playing basketball. I don't even really think Barack was shooting basketball like that. That's something that they orchestrated. You know, they train these people, the CIA operatives. They train how to walk, how to talk, how to act. They train their gestures, their mannerisms. They pick and choose how they want these people to act before the public so that we will accept them. They know melanated males love basketball. So we're going to push the basketball narrative so they can relate to this man. That's all this
Exactly.
is.
Exactly. They did the same thing with Kamala Harris because she was saying she was in high school, no, college, smoking weed in the 90s and listening to Biggie and Tupac. And then,
Hmm.
of course, everybody just ate that up like, oh, she's so cool. She's so hip, smoking weed in college, listening to Biggie and Tupac.
Right. And just like when Hillary Clinton went on the Breakfast Club in
Hot sauce in my
2016,
bag.
talking about she put, what do you keep in your bag? Oh, I keep hot sauce in my bag. Oh, yeah, we need to vote for Hillary because she has hot sauce in her bag. How dumb is that? How dumb is that? And she doesn't even really like melanated people. I hope y'all know that.
Oh, she is Satan's mistress.
Oh, I could get it. I could get into that whole thing with, Chelsea Clinton. That was not Bill Clinton's daughter.
Oh, for real?
No. I saw the man, his last name is Hubble. Look it up. Hubble. That's who really is Chelsea Clinton's father. And not just that, Bill Clinton has black grandchildren out here, melanated grandchildren, because he got a half mixed son that looks just like him. And the aunt of this man, she got basically threatened over a balcony. They said she accidentally fell over a balcony, but I really think she was threatened. And basically, Bill Clinton was paying child support to this guy, to the mother of the guy. But Hillary Clinton cut that off before he ran for president because she didn't want that coming out. Oh, I could get deep
Oh
into
my
the
God. Now
Clintons.
you went down another rabbit hole. Like that sounds interesting and intriguing too. I gotta do some research on that. I wouldn't put it past these elites. I would not put it past these elites.
Them people got ties to the mafia. They've had children killed. They've had people set up to make it look like suicide. It was a straight murder. You tell me, like, man, it's so much stuff that I researched on them people. Back in like 2016, I was finding this stuff out. And then lo and behold, they had Beyonce and Jay-Z, pushing them and promoting them and marketing to, the people to vote for Hillary and Clinton. And that's why they had Jay-Z and Beyonce, they got ties to the Democratic Party. But all of this stuff, y'all, is orchestrated. All of it.
Especially Jay-Z is a big old devil worshiper, and
Ooh.
in my opinion, he's not even a straight man. To be honest, I'm for the Q100 with y'all. Jay-Z is gay Z. I said it there. I said it. Let's move on.
F your feelings if you don't like it. Okay, he said what he said. For y'all idol worshippers, Jay-Z worshippers, Sean Carter worshippers. And I'm gonna tell you something. I was gonna do the topic for tonight about Jay-Z, but I think I'm gonna hold back and save that for another time. But Jay-Z has illegitimate children out here that he's not claiming. Grown children that he fails to claim. He has a daughter, she's grown. He has a son, he's grown. And Jay-Z fails to claim these children because it will mess up his public image. So you mean it's okay for this rapper to be a deadbeat and he's accepted by the community? Melanated people need to get it together. This is not okay. It's not good. But when, other men go out here and don't take care of their children, they get called all types of names. But because it's Jay-Z, it's okay. I don't understand where it's hypocrisy all the way around. Melanated people, y'all really need to clean house. Y'all got to stand up for what's right. If regular men cannot get away with that, Jay-Z should not be able to get away with that. I don't care what type of title he has behind his name, in front of his name. He has children. So you mean to tell me that the same DNA that he put into these children, they are not good enough because they were not made with a celebrity? So what does that say about melanated people? You pick and choose. That's all I'm
We,
going to say on
we,
that.
we really do.
Hmm. Absolutely. And it needs to stop.
Fun. We could play basketball outside all year round because we lived in Hawaii. It was probably one of my happiest times growing up was playing basketball with Brock and my other friends.
Now, this week, Michelle Obama has said Barack is on an improbable journey.
I think I'm going to stop it right there. You get the point. You understand what's going on. We've been lied to, y'all, for years. We've been tricked. We've been hoodwinked, if you will. Shenanigans, okay?
They've been doing this to our people for generations and generations because both of the leaders, like from Malcolm X to Dr. King, those were government funded agents. Okay, they were not for the people. Dr. King was a government funded agent.
Hmm. Yes, you're right, King. And 8 with the 24 said basketball wasn't even popular there back then. She swears she loves Tupac. Who is that? They asked her who her favorite rapper alive. She said Tupac. Hillary. Oh, Hillary said this. Said all black people look alike. Hillary's related to Trump. Well, Hillary, Chelsea Clinton, and the Bush twins, they're friends behind the scenes. All these people hang in the same circles. Yeah, the number one satanic coons on DL. Beyonce's gay too. I read that. They're both gay. Yeah. He threatened his son's life and won't take the DNA test. Somebody shot at the boy. I believe it because it was a woman that he had, I think, murdered behind Beyonce. Her name was something White. I can't remember her name. We are not calling these people men anymore. We don't accept them. Yes, exactly right, Kamala. Yeah, so they're not men. Anytime you would have a boy shot at, and I heard about that too, 8, that Jay-Z had, he got ties to the mafia. Yeah, I think this is all a game. These people are like the politicians. They all have ties to the real mafia. So why people out here like Young Thug want to go shooting at wife and Lucci's mother or getting them shot at, we don't have time for that. Really, this is about the quote unquote elites against the world's people. And I don't know if y'all remember, there was actually a whole freaking court case brought up against Obama and the rest of these people. Cyrus A. Parsa. Y'all remember that name, Cyrus A. Parsa.
When
Okay.
was this? Was it during the pandemic?
Yes, in 2020.
Oh, I remember this. A lot of people were being exposed around that time. Some people said they could even sworn they seen Obama and Hillary Clinton with an ankle monitor. They was on house arrest
Absolutely. Yeah, they were. And a lot of that information went away by the wayside because we got caught up in some
in the
nonsense.
pandemic.
Yeah, called COVID. So it hit right at the time when a lot of these people were getting exposed. It was Oprah, it was Obama, it was Ellen DeGeneres, it was a lot of those quote unquote celebrities. And you can pull this up, go to Court Listener, you all. Court Listener. And I'm gonna see if I can bring this up so y'all can see it. But I have downloaded this as well and put in Cyrus A. Parsa. Let's see if I can show y'all.
Yeah, go down that rabbit hole. I remember that. People
Yeah.
was reporting it on IG. People said they seen Ellen on IG Live, and it was like that broad had on an ankle monitor. I was like, what?
Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, why people did not really look deeper into this because I feel that this was important and I feel like it's still important because one man cannot fight on the behalf of everybody in the world. You know, nothing ever happened with this. And the egregious things that were brought about, it's sickening the stuff that was brought about in this lawsuit, you all. Let me see if I can
I
show
read some of it. My stomach. I got sick to my stomach when
it
I
was
read some of the stuff that was going on.
it was horrific. Okay, here it is, you all. I'm gonna share my screen. Absolutely. Oh, wait a minute. What you say, 8? Oprah and Ellen? Hold on. You typing in the chat. Yeah, Kamala, Kathy White. That was her name. Yep. They said that Kathy White is Blue Ivy's real mom, but he named Blue after his ex Blue Cantrell. And Oprah and Ellen, Tom Hanks. Yes, COVID means that. code word for the case is COVID. I think
Mm.
Ellen got replaced after that. They're supposedly in Gitmo right now. Mm. So I'm gonna go ahead, King. I'm gonna share my screen. Go ahead, knowledge.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything.
Yeah, here we go, y'all. This is it right here. I wasn't even gonna take it this far.
This is what
Okay.
happens when you spit the truth.
February 26th. Now you remember this is when COVID hit right before no, it hit in March. It hit in no, actually
Yeah,
it hit in February.
it hit in February, but then the lockdown happened in March. They
March.
declared quarantine.
That's right. You're right. You're absolutely right, knowledge seeker. So this right here, okay, I want y'all to look at this, but it says the AI organization incorporated Cyrus A. Parsa, the world's people. So these are the plaintiffs, the world's people, victims of persecution, rape, torture, concentration camps, sex, human and organ trafficking, organ harvesting in China, Hong Kong. Remember, Trump said China. It happened in China. He couldn't stand the Chinese.
He said Chinese virus.
Yeah, he called it the Chinese virus. Hong Kong, America, and around the world, not limited to democracy activists, Falun Dafa practitioners, Uyghurs, Christians, Tibetans, judges, lawyers, and journalists tortured and killed in China, in the words of Trump. Okay. John Doe's 1-2 Unlimited, y'all. So, and then remember, Trump also said he was going to build that wall and keep the Mexicans out. And he said, and Mexico was going to pay for it. That's what he said. He wants to keep America, America. Basically, what he's saying is we need to hire American people, American citizens, and stop outsourcing all of the work to other people and hire our own people. We have a lot of homeless people here in every city. A lot of people who cannot get jobs because their employment is outsourced to other people. You know, the Asians, they outsource it to the Middle Easterns. A lot of these tech people, IT people, they're from India, the Middle Eastern people. And then here are the plaintiffs, okay, versus these are the defendants, you all. So we have Google LLC, we have Barack Hussein Obama himself. He forgot to include Barry Soetoro. We have Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Hillary Clinton, Eric Schmidt, Nancy Pelosi, John O'Brien, James Comey, Andrew McCabe, James Clapper, Facebook Incorporated, DeepMind Inc., Alphabet Inc., the World Bank, Neuralink Inc., Tesla Inc., Larry Page, Sergey Brin, Sundar Pichai, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. These are all the people that people like to idolize. Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Microsoft, Bill Gates, Season, PR News Wire, CNN, Cable News Network, Anderson Cooper, Don Lemon, MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, James Clapper, Washington Post, New York Times, Time Magazine, Massachusetts, Institute of Technology, Harvard, Adam Schiff, Wise Institute, DARPA, Qualcomm, George Soros. Okay, you know, Soros was the one funding Black Lives Matter so that they could protest and march for no reason.
And he also funds the homosexual movement.
You heard it right here live from Knowledge Seeker, you all. Soros Fund Management, Open Society Foundations, University of Vermont, Joshua Bongard and Sam Kriegman, Rockefeller Foundation, Hawaii, Boston Dynamics, Hanson Robotics, Didi Chuxing, Megvii Face, Alibaba, Sensitime, Carbonex, Festo, Chinese Communist Party, and John Doe's 1-2 Unlimited. Those are the defendants. And what are they in here for?
All the elites. All the elites.
All of them. The misuse, you all. Listen to this. This is very important because this is what's taking place against us right here, right now as we speak. As a matter of fact, some of them are probably in the chat watching me because of the topic that I'm talking and speaking about. Misuse of artificial intelligence, cybernetics, robotics, biometrics, facial recognition. So all of these things that we see in our faces, these computers, laptops, any type of device They're picking up our facial recognitions, bioengineering, biotechnology, 5G, 6G, and quantum computing, taking and downloading our information, you all, technology, endangering all the world's people, endangering the human race with the misuse of artificial intelligence, technology, building AGI, ASI systems, transfer of AI, artificial intelligence, bioweapon technology to China, y'all.
That sounds like some Terminator stuff right there. That sounds like some science fiction Terminator stuff right there.
Absolutely, it does. This is why I say this is the stuff that we really need to be paying attention to. Not Young Thug, not Nipsey Hussle, not Eric Holder. Those people are not going to come back and save us. Okay? These people are trying to KILL and massacre us by extreme measures, you all. They already, and I'm going to share an article with y'all in case you haven't seen it about how back in 2006, the scientists said that we have to get killed and we can pick and choose which way we want to go out. It says Anti-Terrorism Act of 1989, U.S. Code of Chapter, treason, sedition, subversive activities, complicity in genocide, China, violation of the Genocide Convention, and it goes all the way from Articles 1 to 4, social engineering of the human race with artificial intelligence. What is that? Basically, social engineering is trying to get us to be predictive on how we're going to react to a situation by use of falsifying narratives in the media and social media. When they show us these massacres with the crisis actors, okay, some of this stuff is not real. Biodigital social programming of the human race by use of their biometrics and artificial intelligence. How are they doing that? Through AI. So technology, yes. Brainwashing humanity with an artificial intelligence coding and algorithm bias. So
that is also called technocracy. What's going on is also called technocracy when they can control us through elite technology. Look up technocracy. That's what they're doing also.
I gotta write that down.
Technocracy.
Technocracy. Yeah, see, I'm learning something new on here. I didn't even know that was a word. I'm writing it down. I'm gonna take a note on that one. Yeah, brainwashing, human with AI coding and algorithm bias, cultural genocide by misuse of artificial intelligence. Stop, and you can chime in anytime, Knowledge. Preach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing. So they've breached all of that. They're not dealing in good faith when it comes to us. Defamation, negligent infliction of emotional distress. What did I just say? When they show us these mass shootings, they cause emotional distress. They have people panicking for no reason. Negligent creation of nefarious AI quantum biotechnology, cybernetically enhanced dragonflies. They're spying on us with these little micro mini cameras.
Oh my God. I seen this movie called The Hunger Games that exposed like robotic animals and robotic insects that have cameras inside of them and are watching people's every move. So they have this technology at disposal and they use it against us and they put it right in front of in movies, in plain sight, and think it is science fiction when it's not science fiction. It's becoming a reality.
Absolutely. So when we see mosquitoes out, they might not even really be mosquitoes. They have cameras that can see in your windows miles and miles away from us. And we don't even know it. When you have like your blinds open, your curtains open, they have cameras way out that you don't even know, miles and miles away, spying on people.
Wow.
Micro insect drones. And I mean, look at Google Maps. We already know they're flying, hovering over our properties. They can see everything. They can see your backyard. They can see what you have in your backyard. If you have a pool, if you have a gazebo, all you got to do is look this stuff up. Endangering all the world's people on 5G networks. And if you notice, all cell phones right now have converted over to 5G with or without your permission. Masking genocide with AI technology. Do you remember when they started building those towers back in 2020? They tried to mask them and make them look like they're tall trees, but we can clearly see they're not really trees.
I have to go for 1 second, but I'll be right back. I have to go grab something by my door, but I'll be right back.
No problem, Knowledge. Fraud and intentional deceit. negligent misrepresentation, religious discrimination, failure to engage in interactive process, AI censorship, okay, and banning AI. Now they named Trump, China, and the weaponization of robotics with 5G and masking artificial intelligence dangerous to humanity with use of artificial intelligence, AI algorithm, misuse, and artificial intelligence algorithmic biometric manipulation, breach of privacy, you all, violation of the Nuremberg Code. Look that up. That took place in Germany when they were performing experiments on people and they were torturing those people, and they felt like that was a violation of their rights, and so they banned it and made that something that they're not supposed to do, but yet they're still doing it, creating an artificial intelligence system that can recognize and decode if humans are resistant to artificial intelligence. That's how sinister and sick these people are. This is demented. Not informing the public, defendants, products and service use proximity, sensors, and other smartphone and IoT patented technologies that connect, manipulate, and reprogram people's thoughts. Neural networks and brain chemistry connecting to humans, nervous systems, and electrical fields, creating and bioengineering nefarious xenobots technology mixed with stem cells. What is that? That's the injection, okay? That is nanobots. Hold on one second. I think somebody popped up. Oh, it's Knowledge Seeker.
I'm back, but before I got cut off, though, I had to take care of my business. What I also wanted to say too, though, why I was rewatching this cartoon from my childhood yesterday called X-Men, Wolverine and the X-Men, right? And basically, they had to stop this dark dystopian future from happening because in the future, mankind is being enslaved by AI technology. And guess what though? The government built a weapon called a master mold that can control robots and computers that can basically fight their battles for them. But then the AI got out of hand. It took over the entire world and kickstarted the apocalypse. And now mankind, and now they're being put into camps and all this other stuff too. They put it right in front of our face. That's the future they want for humanity to be enslaved by artificial intelligence. It's so funny they put that in a kid's cartoon and claim it's science fiction when it's really not.
Remember iRobot with Will Smith? It was the same thing.
Predictive programming, AI technology getting too smart for its own good and enslaving humanity.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all saw a few years ago the first I guess they call it like a human robot, and she was overseas. And I can play it for y'all, and she answers questions and she looks just like a human. It's sick. These people are demented. I'm gonna play that. But yeah, it says Xenobots technology mixed with stem cells, robotics, and African frog legs bring to life an alien artificial life that can mutate or be programmed to spread disease or kill off the world's citizens in numerous ways, extracting all people's private biometrics for quantum artificial intelligence, super intelligence that endangers all human beings on 5G and 6G networks, preventing Cyrus A. Parsa, the AI organization, from assisting and saving the world's people from AI biotech based dangers from China and big tech, per complicity, avoidance of reporting his findings by media for 6 months. So you all, what did they heavily push to us during that time? They pushed COVID. They didn't tell us about any of that.
I mean, I noticed when the whole pandemic and everything happened, though, these big looking towers everywhere started to just pop up, and nobody's questioning why are they putting these towers everywhere. And then I started seeing ads on my phone for this 5G like ultra nonsense, and I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on here?
Right. Absolutely. Now I want y'all to meet Sophia, because this is the name of the quote unquote female robot. Okay, that I knew about her like in around 2016. I guess that's when my enlightening started kicking through, around that time. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna share my screen and show you who she is. Let me make sure I can find it. Here it is, I think. Now this is the sick behavior. Hold on one second. I said I lost permission to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. F y'all talking about? F your feelings Friday. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me find out they hating.
Oh yeah, they probably sending they bots because because you done cracked open Pandora's box.
Look, man, this stuff is just out here. We gotta be abreast of what's going on. You know, when the attack is on it and it's real, we need to know in case some stuff goes down. We got to know what's going on. Oh, it
I
says
seek knowledge.
they won't let me show it, y'all. But if you get a chance, look up Sophia, the first robot declared a citizen by Saudi Arabia.
Oh, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
definitely look that up.
they won't let me share it.
Them bots, they hating, they tripping.
I don't even know how is, you know what? Probably because of what I was reading. Why I can't share my screen? Okay, let me try it another way. Oh, it says unlock the screen in the bottom left corner. Recheck it if there's a known issue. It was working fine at first. Why is it not working now? Go ahead, Knowledge. I'm here.
That be happening to me. I'll be posting videos and then it be hitting me with a copyright strike saying my content was filled with spam and deceptive content. Even though I
Right.
spoke in codes my entire video, they hit me with a copyright strike.
Oh, that's because you telling the truth. They don't want the truth out there. That's all that is. Let me see. Yeah, I can't share it, y'all. So I can't show y'all Sophia, but look her up. Let me see what the chat is talking about. All right, 8, you up in here. Um, Tom Hanks got citizenship in Greece. What? Hold up.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he left the country because like they was gonna book his behind.
Oh yeah, no, they nasty. Like the Kardashians be doing that, putting blood on their face, trying to make themselves look younger. What's her name? Abrima Abramovich or whatever her name is, Marina Abramovich. She's part of it too. And people are
Oh,
sick.
she into spirit cooking and devil horns.
Oh yeah. That's why Tom Hanks got citizenship in Greece is considered a disability to be a pedophile there. They are sick.
Oh, Greece, they support that.
Wow, I did not know that, y'all. Trump was a part of it too. He's in pictures with Epstein and on video with him. What?
He is.
He was lying. He was ooh. Him and Epstein were grabbing up these teenagers together. Anonymous exposed him. Wow. I can't say anything about Amazon. I have to hush now. LOL. I got you. 8. He's a jaw. That's why. Oh, he's a JEW. Oh, okay. There's more now. Will and Jada. They could have just said Vanguard. They're all Vanguard. It said Elon Musk wants to hack the brain. You got to watch those videos on my page. Oh, okay, on your IG page. All right. You dropping links now. You dropping some links. It's basically hacking the brain. DARPA 2. Yeah, the guy who made Hunger Games said it's real and showing it to everybody too. Public information. And 5G is trash. It sure is. It's going to make it easier to do the cyber blackout. Trump going down with them too. And all Will Smith movies are like that. Yeah, they are. Even Fresh Prince predicted the future predictive program in CGI will. Exactly. It's crazy, y'all. We don't have time for games. Like, we really got to be abreast of what's going on out here. Seriously.
I mean, what's it gonna take for black people to wake up? I bet you if they cut off the supply of like the lace fronts and the Miley's and the Gucci and Prada, then niggas start waking up.
It's sad. Steve Harvey did the baby foreskin on his face on TV. I heard he was messing with goats. They be sacrificing for stuff. But yeah, like until it actually affects their everyday lives, they're not really going to care about anything. And it's really sad. They are trying to mess with. I think he got clicked out just now. Oh, there you go. What's good, Knowledge?
Sorry, my internet just cut off just like real fast, but I'm back.
Yeah, they messing with us. Yeah, man. This stuff is crazy though. Like people really don't think about what's really going on out here, but like they said, it's predictive programming. People see it coming and they just don't care. That's why I don't have time for all the distractions. I just don't. They put out that Obama's accuser has a long rap sheet from Politico. June 18th, 2008. Larry Sinclair memorialized in Raymond. A steel memorial was erected last month on 3rd Street in Raymond to honor lifelong resident Larry Sinclair. Yeah, we already said he won't go make it. We already said it. Let's see what you're talking about, 8. They're trying to mess with weed. They put, oh, yeah. Uh, they put the goat blood on their face. I meant there to mess with our heads. Exactly right. Let's see if he'll let me share my screen. Let's see what they're gonna do this time. Are they gonna let me share it? Oh, okay. So remember Obama's accuser, the guy that said all that stuff. Remember he said his name was he changed his name a few times, but I remember he said his name was Lawrence Wayne Sinclair. So I put his name in there and this popped up, Larry Sinclair. It said he was wanted in Colorado, but you can catch him today at the National Press Club. Sinclair's familiar to political junkies. Right here, September 27th, 2018, it says that he was memorialized. So they got him, y'all. And then this says Gerald D. Smith Funeral Services. I don't know who that is. It's crazy when they want you and you telling. That's what they do. It's sick, y'all. It's sickening. Yeah, they try to mess with our heads. He said DMX album with the blood on his body is real goat blood. Ew, blood in my. I remember that album. I thought it was disgusting. Blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh. I remember that. And it was some demonic stuff on that CD because he had a song called "The Snake, the Rat, the Cat, the Dog" with Marilyn Manson. How you gonna live if you're in the fog? Q Q Q Q. That's how that song went. I used to listen to that song, and he was saying some very disturbing stuff. I probably shouldn't have even been listening to that music. One day, my daddy walked in and he heard me listening to that stuff. He was like, "What?" He couldn't believe what he heard coming out the speakers, y'all.
They put in the music too, and sorry, I'm back to my internet keep on going out on me, but I'm back again. But like, yeah, they put in the music also.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do, y'all. Man, this has been a great episode. I did not expect to be on here this long, y'all, but we've been on here for 3 hours and 41 minutes. So you already know we about to close it out. I thank you so much to my co-host for this evening, Mr. Knowledge Seeker himself. Y'all make sure you check out his YouTube channel. It's called Knowledge Seeker.
I'm about to
Uh,
drop the link in the chat real quick.
please do. 8 with the 24. I think he has a channel as well. You said, yeah, Damien is the devil. He talks to him on the album. He sure, yeah, he had an obsession with Damien and the devil and all that stuff. So it's just very weird. And all of these celebrities keep having video shoots with blood all over them. John Todd exposed the music spells they do. You know, blood is also a way that people give sacrifice. They invoke spirits with blood, basically, and you give blood to the spirits. So you have to be careful with that. And also, when back to the Bible and Christianity, when they
The
say,
blood of Jesus.
"Yeah, drink of my blood," it's the same thing. But these people really do drink blood, y'all. They
They
really
in the dark in black suits like vampires, sipping blood to stay alive longer.
hmm and also to look younger. Yep, his albums. You know who else's channel I like? DMX wanted out. So sad. Jay Marvelous. Yeah, I was gonna say him. I like Jay Marvelous's channel. You all, they mess with him a lot, so he had to develop a Patreon. So if you get a chance, check him out. It's Jay Marvelous. Also, it's another one called Black Balloon, and it's spelled kind of different. I'll try to type it out here. I could be misspelling it, but it's Eight knows probably who I'm talking about. It's Black.
Do you also listen to the Mag Bitter Truth?
You know what? I used to listen to him. I stopped listening to him because he said everybody was either a man or a woman. He had me thinking that Jada was a man. Everybody, check out this channel. This is 8 with the 24's YouTube channel. Shout out to him. Mr. Knowledge, did you want to post your video in the chat? I'm sorry, your
Oh,
YouTube channel?
oh yeah, I already just did. I left a link to my channel in the chat already.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, y'all. Make sure y'all check these channels out. We just need a way to connect and to continue to spread these messages and these words. I know that you said, yeah, they take the first channel. They took your channel? Oh no, they took his first channel. Yeah, they sure did. Yeah, Mag, I had to stop watching him because he said everybody was either a man or a woman, and I really was thinking that Jada was a man at one point, so I had to back away from that. But yeah, just be careful about what you feed your eyes, what you feed your ears, what you feed yourself internally, spiritually, in every way, shape, and form. Don't be tricked. The Bible does say, be careful about how you lead the flock. And I would always say, don't believe everything you see, and definitely don't believe everything you hear, and only half of what you see. I have to say that because we just saw right before our very eyes. We've been lied to for all these years. So if they did it then, best believe they're doing it now, and they're doing it on YouTube. A lot of these people y'all think are just content YouTube creators are here to be distractions. They are CIA operatives and agents, and we have seen that in the quote unquote conscious community, y'all. Because if really these people were about Black unity, which is what I was talking about, that was my topic for today. Do we really believe in Black unity? If they were really into Black unity and melanated unity, then they would not be basically distracting us with a whole bunch of nonsense, a whole bunch of arguments. We wouldn't see all the nonsense that's going on between people, but we will be unified. And guess what happens when we get unified? We get organized. And guess who does not want to see us organized?
The elites.
The elites. That's right. Knowledge seeker. Absolutely right.
That's why at the end of all my videos, I always say just question the stuff you see around you, question your reality, and do your own research. Most importantly, too, though, take what I have said and then do your own research as well. Question everything, too, because the second we don't question the stuff around us, we are lambs to the slaughter. All right. That's how the Roman Empire fell, because they didn't question the government. They gave full control of their lives to the government. And guess what happened to the Roman Empire? And it fell. It fell. Okay. So we have to question the stuff around us and wake up.
That's right. They don't want to make us all seem like, oh, it's just a big race war. We already know melanated people are under attack, but it's not just us. You just saw Cyrus A. Parson said they're trying to exterminate the world's people. They don't care at this point. If you're not one of them, they don't care.
Ain't a black and white thing though. They want to imprison our people. They want to imprison the Asians, Mexico, you name them. You name them, but they have to have us fight over petty stuff before they can do their whole in game agenda. They have to have us at each other's throats because a house divided cannot stand together.
That's right. You better preach, okay? Let the church say amen. And y'all, before we close out, I'm going to give my testimony. So, I just want to say I'm grateful. First of all, and foremost for the panel today, for the chat, for all you who came through and stopped by. Shout out to Solar God for coming through. Everybody that has supported Brown Girls Are Beautiful in the brand. Shout out to my spiritual warriors. Shout out to my ancestors that have always protected me. And shout out to the creators who created us today. So, that's my testimony, y'all, that we are still standing. Yes, the rich versus the poor. That's right. But we're not poor. We're not going to consider ourselves poor. We are rich. We are rich in spirit. We are rich in knowledge. We are rich in creativity. And that's why they're after us. I must say that. All right.
And I do want to say too, though, I do get censored a lot on my YouTube. So If you want to hear my thoughts some more too, I also have a podcast on Anchor and Spotify. It's called The Awakening Podcast. You can go and look it up. And I give my thoughts with uncensored dialogue on there if you want to get my unraw feelings. Because I can't say the stuff I want to say here on YouTube, though. So if you want the real stuff, uncut, edited version, just come check me out on Anchor and Spotify, my podcast.
I love it. And I just wrote that down. I'm definitely going to check you out. I too have a podcast on Anchor. A lot of times I will download these MP3s to Anchor. And because I know that this video is very controversial, it will probably go on private and I'll probably have to post it to my Patreon, you all, because once people start coming and seeing what we're talking about, some type of way it's going to get reported, some type of way it's going to have a strike. So just to protect the channel, I have developed a Patreon. So you can support me there if you like. Well, to them, we are poor. We are supposed to be inferior. We're not. When you have to attack other people, that makes you inferior. So that makes us superior. How about that? And, say the first shall be the last and the last shall be first. So y'all, our time is here.
I don't look down at other races. I look at them as my brothers and sisters because they came from the creator too. A lot of black people want to get besides themselves and be like, we were here first. Even if that is true, which I know for a fact, the creator created us first though. But like the Europeans, the Asians, the Latinos, the Mexicans, they are all tied. Every single race is all tied into our bloodline. So they are also our brothers and sisters too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We did not have control over who was created. All we know is we just got here. We just came here. And we're just trying to make the best life that we can for ourselves while we're here so they don't exterminate us. And I'm going to close out, y'all, with Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the world and lose his soul? These people don't have a soul. That's why they're trying to kill and massacre us all. Okay, all those people listed in that Cyrus A. Parcel lawsuit was on behalf of us, and everybody ignored it and basically started paying attention to nonsense. And let me see, just going by their handbook, they think they're fooling everybody. They know they're not fooling everybody. Believe it or not, they're watching a lot of us. They know we're not dumb.
They know the ones who are waking up, and they know the ones who are still asleep because like they have this sophisticated AI technology, and it's also a form of mockery because people are always said that the creator God is everywhere. Now Lucifer is trying to be everywhere through AI technology. So in a way he's also mocking God at the same time.
That's right.
He can't be seen as Satan can't see us. All of us in the natural realm, so he's going to use AI technology to spy on us in the physical realm.
Absolutely. And with that being said, again, I want to thank you all for coming out, for supporting. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, it might not be up here much longer because I already know how they do. But, I don't regret getting into it. I just, didn't expect we were going to be getting into some of that stuff. But I think it needed to be talked about because I had to remind people, like, we don't have time for the nonsense. So I'm going to go ahead and close out with these videos, y'all. And until next time, this has been an episode of F Your Feelings Friday. I'm signing out, you all. Thank you so much.
I'm signing off too. God bless everyone. I'm out.
All right, King. All right, y'all know how we do around this time. What we gonna do, y'all? How we want to close out? Signing out.